Boom. I was always on time, chat. Never not on time. Me? Always here on time. You? Always early. That's honestly what it is if you think about it. Let's be real here. That's honestly what it is. If you think about it. You guys are just early. Alright? That's all it is. That's all it is. You guys should know that when I put a stream schedule time, it's always for your benefit. You know what I mean? I want to say that I start earlier so that way you guys got enough time to scramble and then be on time when it actually starts. That's what we do here. You can't change my mind because that's how it works. All right, boys and girls, baby squirrels, we know what today is. Today is replay review day. It's a lot later than normal, I know, but I was doing some stuff. So we are here. It's a little bit later. I think it's actually better for a few of you guys that it's later. Obviously, huge shouts out to members. You guys supporting the channel are always why I'm able to do free stuff like this. And then even the people that are booking coaching sessions and stuff like that, you also support the channel, even though it's indirectly. So I appreciate you booking the sessions and doing all that extra good stuff too. If you guys want to be a member of the channel and help support it, or you would like some coaching sessions, link down in the description below. Yeah, we're just gonna hop into it. We're gonna do a few hours of the replay reviews. If you guys want your replay reviewed on Saturdays, make sure you hop into the Discord, put it in the free replay reviews tab, and you guys can get your stuff going there. My first notification popped 2 hours ago. Then you start 10 minutes after the schedule. Look, I was trying to give you 2 hours and 10 minutes of ahead of time start. That's all that it is. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got. Did we do one of yours, Chaos? I don't know if you're here right now, but I feel like we did one of yours last week. Maybe we did it. Not sure. I'm like sorting through it right now to see. Oh. All right, let's get the replays going. All right, this one's gonna be a Hulk game. Now, funny enough, I was actually playing some Hulk within these past couple of days, and it is ridiculous how much easier it is to get KOs on that character than it is to get KOs on Cap. Like, it's actually ridiculous, and you survive for so long. Bro. I'm genuinely jealous of Hulk players. Genuinely just jealous of you guys. You guys last so long. I don't know if it's people just don't shoot him. Like, I don't know if people are just afraid to shoot the Hulk, or like, I don't know what it is. But when I'm Cap, I'm lit up. When I'm Hulk, I can play for so much longer. So much easier to get multiple KOs and stuff. So much freedom. Not locked in on cooldowns. Must be nice to be a Hulk player. Wouldn't know nothing about it. Okay. Here's what the player said. I'm not going to show it just because it's short. It said, I felt like I honestly couldn't do anything but be a big distraction for my team. I was taking a lot of aggro. I played Hulk in the match, tried to make plays, and felt like we could have won if I was healed more efficiently. Thanks for the advice. That is something that's pretty common, and it's not just with Hulk. It's just in general. Sometimes we feel like if our team healed us, we would get more accomplished. But as a tank player, you don't want to think like that, because that means one or two things will happen. You continue to make horrible plays and blame your healers for it, or you make the right plays at the wrong times and then still blame your healers for it. So regardless, you're not really understanding why it should work, and you're also not understanding why it doesn't work. So I'm just getting my pin ready. Getting my pin ready. All right. Actually, I don't know which Hulk is which. They didn't give me their name, chat. What do I do? I'm not sure which Hulk is which. They didn't give me the name. They just... What? What do I do? What do I do? Wait a second. Let me check to make sure. Let's see which one plays Hulk the longest, and we're just gonna go with that. Pretty sure it's this one. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we had the right one. Okay. If you guys leave your replay reviews, leave your username. I cannot tell who is who if you guys are the same freaking people. So please leave your username. 2 for 1 Hulk review? Yeah, no. No. Not at all. Not at all, bro. Okay. Oh yeah, and it is a different name in the Discord. What's up, LFC? Missed yesterday's stream because of stuff, unfortunately. Hopefully, I didn't miss anything too big. No, you didn't miss anything too big. A lot of trolls. Hopefully, I get my game review today. Sure. Sure. If I see your name. I don't think I've ever... Maybe I've done yours once. Alright, so when playing a melee hero, first things first, is you got to make sure that you are holding a nice spot to be able to consistently trade and fight. If it's out like this, you don't really have a lot of space. Now, you could just hide right here for a little bit and then jump back, which is fine. But if you do that, you might actually get shot down and end up getting KO'd as a melee hero. That's a really far away. So it's just best for you to just let the cart come closer. What you're trying to do a lot of the times is not stop the cart. It's more or less stop momentum. And so if you have to let the cart reach here first, so that way your healers can heal you from here and they're not going to get shot at, by all means do it. That way you can have an easier time playing the game. Right here, your team doesn't really have any cover, and you don't have a way to consistently trade as a melee hero, so it's just best to let it come by. Now, I know you guys see me play Cap, and I'm like, bro, forget that. But do as I say, not as I do, because y'all already know how that works. Y'all already know how that works. It looks like you don't even want to play. It looks like you're just... Looks like you're just trying to play with the Thor. Alright, so this is a better location. But instead of jumping all around, anchor yourself down somewhere. So when we talk about anchoring, we basically want to be in a spot where it's very, very hard for them to push through us. And if they do push through us, well, you know, they played it really well. So you want to figure out a spot that's good to do that in. If you waited for them to get even closer to like right here and then use the cart as your other cover, your team could still see you and you could play around here. Jump around, do your thing, you know, stay around cover and still consistently punch these guys. But when you're all over the place and you have a lot of this area where you're just bouncing around, you don't really have a spot to sit down. And all they're doing is just pushing through the space you're giving up. So whenever you are playing a melee hero, just keep in mind, unless you're playing Cap, it's a big difference because Cap can't really hold the line like that. Cap would be doing more of something where he's up top right here, throwing his shield down, or, you know, more or less being in an off angle. Whereas Hulk, the Thing, Rogue, like these characters can generally hold their ground a lot better on a wall without being pushed through. You see how your team just kind of got walked down? That's because this is not how the Hulk plays. Hulk isn't just some character that you should be jumping around all the time. You're not Captain. You are different. You're like a mix between Cap and the Thing. And so the Thing is very good at like not moving. Like you have to get through the wall, basically. Whereas Cap is very good at punishing mistakes. So as you're playing Hulk, you kind of do both at once. You make sure that you're holding, and when you spot something, you jump on it, go attack, burn some cooldowns, come back, continue to hold that spot, punch the wall, punch around the wall, stuff like that. So if we were to play this back, and we did this a little bit differently with what you were trying to do, because it's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just wrong. Not a bad choice, just wrong time. So we'll go back to where you were about to jump again. So, right here. It's more beneficial for you to sit here so they have to walk through you. Like, it's more beneficial if you sit here because they have to walk through you. You can also sit here if you really want, which makes them have to turn and look at you while also your team shoots them. And then if you ever get in danger, just hop over to this side and you're with your team again. And then if you ever want to, continue to just do that over and over. Because again, you're more or less controlling space. You're more or less trying to make it so that it's very hard for them to play the game. You're not actually trying to be a distraction. You're not trying to be Cap. Cap does Cap things because Cap sucks, all right? Like, there's no other option for that character other than to do those type of things. But when you're playing Hulk, he's hard to move, man. That character is a pain. And so as they push up, as they walk, let's just say you were staying there, right? You never jump back. You never jump back. And you're letting the cart get to you. You never jumped. You never jumped. And then these guys start pushing you, right? You'd be able to punch Thor. You'd be able to sit here. And if you have to turn around and help your team, you can. And you're in a much better place. What you want to do is you want to make sure you have two things going on when you're tanking. Doesn't matter which tank you are. This is just a really basic level version of what you should do when you are tanking. So, 1, can my team see me? We know this is pretty easy, right? 2, can the enemy team see me? You want both of these. If it's yes to both of these to both of these questions, you're good to go. A lot of the times, most tanks, it doesn't even matter if you're a pro player tank, you still mess up. We're human. But you want to do it less often. Most of the time, when people are playing tanks and they're not experienced or they're just used to jumping around a lot, they don't think about these things. And they take fights in locations where the team can't see them or the enemy can't see them. And if the team can't see you, you're not getting healed. Case in point, you jumped like 3 miles back. If the enemy can't see you, you're giving up space. Case in point, you're giving up space. So you actually have a double negative, and in this situation, it does not make a positive. You have to make sure that both of these are true at once in order to really get a lot of value out of tanking. It does not matter which tank you are. It is very important that that is how it works. So if we were to play that differently, again, we would be here so that your team can see you and the enemy can't, and you'd be punching. And after this guy commits like this with his double jump, punch him. This dude never does this, by the way, if you're here. And if he does, he's KO'd. There ain't no way this man's just double jumping it that would be troll, into a Hulk. Right? So you just standing here is scary enough. And that's what you have to remember as a tank. Your presence alone is scary. Nobody's just going to walk through you, especially a Hulk. I swear, when I play Hulk, it's like Cap is like, if you guys ever seen the movie, before Cap gets his super serum, y'all know how skinny and scrawny he is. That's literally how people treat Cap in this game. Like, Cap is not scary until you look scary, but all the other tanks are always scary no matter what when you pick them. It's really weird, and I don't know why. I mean, it really does go to show that character is just garbage then if nobody respects that character until you make them respect them. But when you play the Hulk, you have a lot of respect just because you're just always scary. It doesn't matter. So we need to be making sure that we're holding these angles. We need to be making sure that we're not jumping unless there's a specific reason for us to move. If you're just jumping to jump and you're jumping to attack the back line, that's not enough of a reason. You need to be punishing mistakes, not looking for KOs. Your job as a tank is never to get KOs. You might hear a lot of people, or if you're on comms, or see a lot of people flame you in chat, if you have your chat open, for tanks, dive tanks specifically, not getting KOs and things like that. or last hits, you're not supposed to. Marvel Rivals community has a lot of ego, and they don't really understand how to play the game at a really high competitive level. They only understand stat screens. And let me be honest, if you play any other game that has tanks, especially ones that aren't meant to get kills, people of those communities are very understanding about it. Because you can't, it's not your job. You can secure them, but you're not getting them just because you hop to the back line. So you have to make sure that you play for mistakes rather than just playing for KOs and trying to get them and brute force them, because it's not going to work, especially when you start climbing higher and higher. So you see, once again, you jumped away, gave up so much space, you get low, and you run back home. You're playing him like he's supposed to be an assassin. This is not how you want to play a dive tank. The dive tank is there to make problems for the team fight, not to get solo KOs. So if we wanted to jump in, first of all, we would understand who we're going for. If you guys are dive tanks and you like popping, I don't really know target priority with dive tanks. All right, here you go, I got you. Really simple. You ready? Target, prio, dive. DPS a little different, so I'm not even going to just say dive specifically. The first one you want to go for is isolated targets. It does not matter if it is a DPS. It does not matter if it's a strat. Whatever. Isolated, go get them. The next thing you want to focus on is going to be the healers, right? The next thing you want to focus on is going to be the main issue for your team. If all else fails, where you can't KO an isolated target, you can't KO a healer, you have no other choice but to just basically be on top of the person that's making your team have a problem. So let's just say every time you hop onto the isolated target and it is, I don't know, Wolverine, right? And you're like, I can't KO the Wolverine because he gets pocketed. Well, even if he is isolated, you can't KO him. Stop trying to do it, right? And you're like, okay, I'm going to go on the healers. Oh, I can't get them because they're pocketed. Okay, well then, you can't KO the healers. Who's the main issue? Hawkeye. Get in this guy's face the entire fight. Like, again, it's not your job to get KOs. Your job is to just make mistakes punished. If the Hawkeye is really playing up, the Hawkeye is really having an issue, get in this guy's face and do your best to stay there for as long as possible and then hop away. Or if you can't, just hop back and forth, whatever, but your main goal is to keep that guy from playing the game. If you realistically can't do anything, and there are going to be some games as a dive tank where you just don't have a way of KOing anybody. And again, this gets to that point where it's like, oh, dive tanks, no final hits, no, low KOs, high def count, blah, 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 blah. They don't understand anything. They don't play tank. They don't understand how it works. You as a dive tank could have no KOs. You as a dive tank can have a high KO count. But as long as you're making sure your team wins the fight, that's all that matters. And again, Marvel Rivals community does not understand this because they are so stat focused and they are focused on kills and all that extra stuff that does not matter. The strategy behind a dive tank is meant for that. You're not a KO machine. You're not an assassin. You are trying to make your team win the fight. So it doesn't go recognized, but it is what it is. It's the same thing for shield tanks. If a Doctor Strange shields the Hawkeye for long enough for the team to be able to get the shot off to the Hawkeye and trade every single time, Strange is not going to get any assistance, like any assists, no KOs, right? But the dude is making sure he wins the team fight. Once again, you're not going to get recognition for actually doing the strategic gameplay, which is why a lot of players struggle because they don't understand that that's just as important as getting the KOs. So if you ever find yourself in a situation like that, you want to make sure that you're following down this checklist where it's isolated targets. If I can't get them, let me go for the healers. If I can't get them, let me just try to be a nuisance for the enemy. So if we did play this out right now, you're moving too much. Get up here and just wait for a second and just watch. Okay, so let's assume that you sat up here. Let's assume that you watched and nothing's happening, right? And you're just chilling. You're chilling. You can maybe sit over here if you want to. Whatever. You're chilling. You're watching. Right? If you were watching, you would capitalize on that and you would save your team. You would jump on him and then you would bubble. and you would save your team. But because you're moving so much, you don't have enough time to analyze the screen. It's not like you're always fighting and being aggressive. You're just jumping around a lot, and you don't need to. No tank should be jumping around for no reason. Even Cap, he should not be moving 24/7. You do have to take a step back, see why you need to move, and move deliberately. Right here, just let the team fight be over. You guys lost. Get into a position where you're watching again. You see, we're not following the isolated targets. We're not following the healers. We're not following the main issue for the team. If you stop for a second, you would notice that these two are isolated. Now, you're not going to be able to KO them, but in this situation, if Thor's on point by itself and you are sitting up here punching them from behind, they're going to have to try to deal with you, or somebody's going to try to shoot you. If that's the case, the Thor would be having a 1v5 while you're able to just punch these two, right? Again, all timing. Now, I wouldn't have even fought in this moment because your team got picked off. Like, I would reset here, but just because you are fighting, that's how that would have been approached. And that's how you should have played it if you really, really wanted to play. Now, I understand what you were trying to do because it wasn't bad. But again, you're moving so fast that you don't calculate the risk for where you're going. You just go. And I used to have this problem with Captain as well, or I would just go. But you need to calculate the risk, man. You can't just hop, and just react to everything that you land on. You have to calculate these risks before you go in. And that's why I said, waiting for that split second, setting up first, making sure that you're good to go, and then picking one of the three right there is how you'd most likely play them. And there are some situations, let's say you're sitting right here holding the line because you don't want to be shoved in. That's fine too. But if let's just say there's a Doctor Strange right there chilling, you don't need to be there with him. You can just sit up here. A lot of the Hulk's gameplay is about being flexible. And so it's really hard for me to tell you to do one specific thing because that's not how this character works. This character has a whole host of flexibility and ways to play, and it's not something where I can, do this right here, do this right there, do that right there, because it's not right. It's not how it works. That's one of the reasons why I do like him. I don't feel like I'm stuck. This right here, this was actually really, really solid. I like that. But let's look at this from a different angle. Boom. Bop. Leave him. Hop up here. See what's going on. Just hop over. Boop. Land. Punch, punch, punch. Boop. While they're looking at you, guess who gets KO'd after he's done? You don't need to always be the one to finish things off. Again, you're a facilitator. What can I do so that my team can continue to win? What can I do so that my team can continue to secure victory? The fact that you're locking this guy down means that he can't move until he, winds up a little bit. He will be one shot. There ain't no way this guy survives. While he's doing that, you're in their face. And then as they get the Thor and you're back here, they turn to look at you, and then your team just follows up. Boom, Hawkeye's done. Boom, she's done. Boom, she's done. He's done. And you just won the team fight just off of that one play. This character is all about thinking on your feet. It is all about that. But you have to make sure that everything you do is calculated too. It's a really weird play style, but I tell you, if you want to be a good Hulk player, that is what you're thinking about. You are thinking on your feet, but that's not your default gameplay. Your default gameplay is identify what you're doing and why, go do it, and in that moment, think on your feet. It's not just bounce around and think on your feet 24/7. That's just not how it works. Like I said, I would play this character more because he is very good, but I don't because he's so sluggish. Like, the boy has hang time. I'm not a fan of hang time, but I do like the character, and I think he's a very solid character. So not to beat a dead horse, because it's pretty much the same thing over and over, back to back to back. You continue to do things too quickly. You continue to get punished for it because you didn't think about why you were doing it, and it's just a rinse and repeat. It has nothing to do with your healers. It has nothing to do with anything else other than the fact that I did something that I thought was a good idea, and I didn't weigh the pros and cons, and I got punished for it. And because I get punished for it, I get KO'd. And it happens every time. This is your main habit, and we found that out within the first, what, 2-3 minutes of the gameplay? Is your habit. And this is why I focus so much on habits, because people don't recognize that they have habits. You can start a fight and get KO'd, like, oh, I didn't use my ability. Oh, you can identify that. But habits are something that you just can't identify yourself. That's why I point them out. Because it's just rinse and repeat. It's not like you're a bad player, but this one habit is making you play worse. And once you fix it, you'll be chilling. You don't necessarily have to slow down your gameplay, but just every time you go for a fight, just tell yourself why before you decide to fly in. It's gonna make a world of difference for you. You see how you're just moving around so much. You don't have to. Sit on a wall, punch them as they try to walk through you. If you see someone make a mistake or get out of position, hop on them, punch them, hop back to your position, anchor down, and hunker down. That's all it is. Even though he's not a shield tank, the same with the Thing, the same with Cap, the same with Venom. These aren't shield tanks. They can still do a shield tank's job, which is to stay in a spot as long as you have cover and be very, very hard to push off. That is what you're doing with the Hulk. That's what you're doing with Venom. That's what you're doing with Cap sometimes. Very rare, because he does not stay there for that long. That's what you're doing with Rogue. That's what you're doing with the Thing. All these characters, you will pick a corner, and you will be really, very hard to get through. That's all it is. That's all it is. So we're going to check out the in here and look at defense just so that we can see. Oh, no, we're on offense now. We're going to check offense and just see how it works. Because we already know that's what your mistake is that we're fighting too much. Now, when we're on offense, obviously, well, you're not fighting too much. I'm sorry, you're moving too much. On offense, you have an easier time playing because you have, your mistakes just aren't punished as hard. You can do whatever you want, pretty much. But we're just going to see if it's the same thing going down. You see, you're not going high, you're not going up here, you're not doing that, you're not doing any of this, right? There's no one that can really contest you on their team other than Iron Fist, realistically. Like, if you were to come up here, I mean, Moon Knight, but like, what is he gonna do? Thor, he's trolling. Thor can't catch a Hulk. It's not happening. Unless the Hulk is trolling, there's no way that Thor catches him. So you're okay. And if they do decide to come up here with you, you're chilling. And then as they come, jump from here to here. And they're looking at you, trying to do something, and then you jump back to your team. So pretty much when you're playing on offense, it is different from defense when you're playing any dive tank. But generally speaking, how you get space is like this. Look, let's just say, well, let's not just say, each character has a bubble around them. So if you're Hulk, hey, look at me, I'm Hulk, hee hee ha 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 ha. Your bubble radius is like that. Should you come up here, it's going to say, oh no, you're in my bubble. We're going to go this way, or this way. Should you bounce from here to here, oh no, you're in my bubble. We're going to go this way, or we're going to go this way. And if you split them up, that's even better. And as they do that, they're going to try to fight you, right? And as they fight you, they pull off of this position. So not only are when you're moving, you're pushing people away, but you're also making them come to you at the same time. Understanding this is a great way to continue to make space, because as they do that, you're like, just kidding, and you're back, right? And you're behind the cart and you're pushing, and then you do it again. Meow. Right? Go somewhere. They start chasing you. Slowly but surely, you created space for your team. They preoccupy it. And as the cart continues to move, that is going to be how you continue to make space with this character. So let's just say the cart is chilling right here, right? The cart's chilling right here. And they're held up like up there, maybe right here, whatever. If you go from the cart to up here, you have your bubble. It's going to make them go away. It's going to make these guys go back here, right? And then your team can secure this space by pushing it. Once your team gets close enough and you can move again, You're going to go somewhere over there, somewhere back there, wherever you want. It doesn't really matter. But as you move forward, they have to move back. If they don't move back, then you have to go a little bit further so that they chase you and you're pulling them away from your team. Two things are going to happen. They're going to look at you and your team's going to get them and KO them from behind, or they're going to ignore you. If they look at you, your team gets free KOs. If they ignore you, we follow our list. Isolated targets, healers, whoever you can just stop from KOing your entire team. See what I mean? Again, Hulk has a lot of weird ways to play, but he's so flexible. But once you understand all these little micro concepts, it's very easy to play that character, and that character is very effective. But we don't really think. We just kind of go. And it's not like you're dumb or anything. That's not what I'm saying. But it's just, you're playing really quickly. You don't really have to. You can get a lot of value from just existing. Which a lot of characters can, honestly, in this game. It's fascinating to watch how other players play Hulk. I might play him more. I don't know. I play him and then I just get like, I'm like, man, you're so sluggish, bro. Cap would have been gone. You know what I mean? He's not a bad character at all. I also like how his ult can decimate a team. I was watching somebody stream and they're like, Hulk's ult is bad. And I was like, what? Don't know what Hulk you're playing. Let me tell you, that man's ult is not bad at all. You're griefing right now for that. But I guess some people don't use it properly. Well, not I guess. With a comment like that, you definitely don't use it properly. See, kind of, again, simple thing. You're just wanting to go fight every time you see somebody. Set up, go somewhere, make it so that they're afraid of you. If you come up here, he is loud. That's like one of the loudest characters in the game. Just be loud. Jump for nothing. You know, step around, stomp, whatever. Because it's letting them know with the audio cues, oh crap, there's a Hulk somewhere. And I'm telling you, ain't nobody in their right mind about to just walk through this for free when they hear a Hulk stomping around up there. Use your character to your advantage. You got to make sure that you are setting up. You got to make sure you're getting in scary places. You got to make sure that they know, move if you want to. I'm going to hop on you, right? If the healer hears you up there, no healer in their right mind will push out. And if they do, you punish them. That's all it is to it. But because you're constantly fighting everything you see, you don't even understand that you could be doing this much work you could be doing this much, you could be giving, this much value without doing anything. You're overworking. You're overworking. People will not allow Hulk to just play for no reason. If you set up somewhere, they're going to try to deal with you. I need that 24/7 movement. I do though. I think I'm going to start playing the Thing more. He's kind of hard to play into a lot of poke comps though. But the value this guy gives with just ulting is insane. Like, you're going to get KO'd a lot playing the Thing because he requires a lot of understanding into those type of comps. But dude gets so much value out of that ult. It's nuts. So I might play him a little bit more. So yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. You just fight everything you see. You're gonna have to slow down and really pick and choose your fights. If you just start picking and choosing what you're fighting and why, you're gonna see a lot more success with your gameplay. Because again, it's not like you're bad at the character. It's just a lot of what you're doing doesn't make any sense. And this is why you feel like your healers are the problem, because what you're doing is always putting yourself in danger. And then you get low and you're like, well, if I had better heals. For what though? If your play was already bad from the get-go, what is better heals gonna fix? It can't fix bad plays. Just because someone gives you infinite amount of HP, it does not mean you're able to accomplish more if the play is bad. You know what I mean? If you decide to hop God knows where, and you give up space and your team gets run over, even if you're invulnerable, bro, that was still a bad play. You're asking for resources for no reason, basically. You know what I mean? If the healers are going to pump resources into you, you got to use it. You just can't just have it just to have it. That's not how healers work. You know what I mean? So if you start picking and choosing your fights a little bit more often, when your team can start giving you heals, you'll be able to put more on the field. But as you said yourself, you felt more like a distraction. That's because everything that you did didn't lead to anything, and it was due to having the poor choices of making the play for no reason. So pick and choose your fights, and you will see a drastic improvement in your gameplay just off of that little thing alone. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Anyone have any questions or concerns? That's a pretty good game to watch, though. Oh, let me go ahead and mark with the check mark that I watched it. Chaos, get off a squirrel, girl. Okay, I would actually do this replay review for you, Chaos, but we already met in the coaching session, and I told you what you should do, and it doesn't involve that. But I'm going to save that replay for when you do maybe want to play more Squirrel Girl, and we'll talk about it. But boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, snap, Skruggle moment came out of the woodwork. Definitely, what? Oh, definitely came out of the woodwork. Wait a second. Brother just appearing out of nowhere, though. All right, this one says closest game where I both DPS and tank. On attack, I DPS with one solo Deadpool tank, and I feel like we kind of rolled them. On defense, I thought it might be good to try tank to help out, but then I feel like we got rolled. So in overtime, did mainly DPS except for Strange Portal and won. I know I make a lot of mistakes on both roles, but I've been recently trying to flex to tank and was just wondering if my tank game is significantly worse than my DPS, such that maybe it's not a good idea to flex and maybe it's worse off. Plus, any extra tips on gameplay does not hurt. Also, I know you say Mag is not that great if you're new to him. Admittedly, I don't play him that much, but Emma was banned, so I thought I could play Mag. Thanks. All right, we're going to approach this two ways. One, we'll take a peek at the tank, but we'll focus more on your DPS because I don't think it's a good idea to start flexing. If you truly want to climb, flexing is not the way to go. It's just impossible. It's not going to happen. Flexing spreads yourself thin. Flexing means that you are going to be playing worse, right? If there's a one trick that specializes in DPS and you play DPS but you're flexing, you're going to lose because they have more experience on it, because they play it more, they have more interactions, they have all that extra good stuff. If you are a tank player, right, and or you're not a tank player, I'm sorry, but you want to flex tank, the enemy that has a tank that plays 24/7 versus you that only plays it sometimes, you're going to get rolled. There's no reason to do it. You're just going to stall your climb. You're going to lose more games than you're winning. Play what you're good at. Play the role that you want to play. If you have to fill, because it does happen sometimes. Sometimes your team is so adamant about playing their role, you may have to be like, you know what? Go. I don't, whatever. Then you do it and pray. But the more that you flex, the more you're putting the win into your team's hands, because they have to compensate for you not being as good as you could be by playing on your main. And let's just say your teammates are flexing, then it's even worse. Because how are you going to compensate for them playing worse when you already are playing at half of your capacity because you're not playing your main? So again, I don't recommend you guys flexing. I don't recommend you guys doing anything like that. It's not a good idea. If you want to climb, if you're just like, I want to get better at the game, then do it. But if you're like, Poppin', I want to reach my rank as fast as possible, please help me. Don't flex. Trust. First things first, when you're playing any DPS, doesn't really matter. You could be a tank too. Just go up here. Go up here. Your job as a DPS is to clear all these weird angles. Right? If you go up here and you don't spot anybody, cool. You come over here, you're like, oh, Loki clone. Destroy the clone. If you're like, oh, no more, go ahead and try to deal with no more, right? You want to clear off all these angles so that your team can push through. Think of it like a tower defense game. Tanks can do it too. Strats kind of can if you really feeling crazy. But, you know, most of the time it is the DPS's job. But I will still do it anyway, just because. Think of it like a tower defense game, right? If there's a tower right here and your team has to walk through, you have to try to get the tower to break so that way your team can walk through and contest it and continue to move. A lot of DPS players will sit there next to their tank and keep trying to push this way while they're getting shot from the top and stuff like that and wondering why issues are there. This is also a very good spot because you can deal with flyers such as Iron Man and Storm and stuff like that by being on their even playing field. A lot of DPS players do not use the map to their advantage, and that's why a lot of DPS players struggle. In order for you to win, you need to learn how to position a lot better, clear off these angles, and you also need to be better at target priority, which you can't really see if you're not going up. So let's see what you do. Kind of solid, but just go up. Just do it from the top. There's no reason for you not to want to be up here while you're trying to do what you're trying to do. This is even better, right? Even better. Let's see what's happening over here while you're doing that. So look, Moon Knight is doing your job. Imagine if Moon Knight doesn't do this. Then what? You can't have these other players doing your job for you. If you want to climb and you want to carry, you got to be sure that you're doing all the consistent things. Because if the other DPS isn't doing this and Punisher is up here handling your team, right? You could easily just go from the side right there, get behind Punisher, clap him. That's it. It should be on you. Again, I don't think this is a bad idea. I just wish you did it from above. It's very hard for anyone to deal with you, and you're also creating space because every character has that little bubble around them, right? Ranged characters obviously have way more range, so it's scarier. But if you're up here, bro, they're going to back up. They're just not going to. But if you flank like this, they might walk into their team, and you sandwich them. But if they have a straight up, if they have a good team fight and they can still 6v5 because technically you're not there, you'll lose. This is why high ground's better, and this is why off angling is better. Flanking is good if you really have to, but it's not a play style. It's it's a playmaking tool. You know what I mean? And you didn't really have to do it off the jump. You could have just gone up top. Boop the Bob, hello. Good to see you. And I only pointed out because you got away with all of that only because your team did the work for you. You just appeared and secured stuff. That's not going to happen, especially the higher you go. You're going to have to do this stuff on your own. So you need to make sure you are doing stuff like clearing angles. You are doing stuff like taking high ground. You are doing stuff like taking off angles to allow your team to be able to play the game. Pretty much what they did for you. I don't mind this, but just kind of, again, high ground, angle, when they walk through, make them have to look at you and deal with you. You're a very slippery character, so it's okay. But you're not a tank, right? Imagine if this team does not have to look at your entire team here. Right? Now you're like, well, I'm playing cover, Pop, and that's why. No. Because regardless if you're playing cover or not, when you dip back, they shoot here. If they're coming through here at the same time, they still get two focus fires. They have one from the front and one from the side. You're not really accomplishing anything because they're still able to do what they're trying to do. And if you peek out against a good player, you're going to get KO'd. You're too close and you're not a tank. But, oops, wrong button. But, if we did this instead, and we played up here, your team could still see you, right? They have to look at you. That you might even scare them from pushing. If the team wants to shoot them, they can, and they're getting shot by two directions. If they try to push through here, your team's holding them there, and now we're holding chokes. But what you're doing right now is just allowing them to play the game how they want to play, and you're not really doing anything different than what you think you're doing. I like the flank. That was good, though. That was smooth. I like getting him off the top. Beautiful. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That's what I want to see. Very good. Okay. Don't go too far. You don't want to try to fight for space you don't need yet. But I like the setup. But again, you don't need to fight for the space. I like the setup. It wasn't bad, but I just... Like, you don't need to fight for space you don't need yet. Let it happen first. Let the fight kind of unfold a little bit if you're trying to flank. And then go. You go too early, they all focus you, you get clapped. You go too late, your team gets KO'd, they get clapped. You got to make sure you got to get a feel for it. It's kind of hard to do, but once you get the feeling for it, you're good to go.
What are you aiming at?
Shields up! Reborn from the chaos. Be right there.
By the eye of Agamotto.
Sure how we'll solve this problem.
I'm also just going to bring it up real quick. You see how you just did the same thing there that you did at the start of the match? However, at the start of the match, you got lucky and it worked out, but here it didn't. This is why I bring it up. So I'm not nitpicking reviews or anything like that, saying, well, if this was higher rank, if this was... I'm saying that because it's true. You're getting away with something that you should not get away with. And then you guys see it later into the replay, they get punished for it. I'm only bringing it up because that's going to continue to make you lose matches. You have to identify when something works because you got lucky, because the enemy team's bad, whatever, versus if it was actually a good idea to do it. In the earlier instance, it was better that we start from the top and slowly start winning the team fight. In this instance, again, setting up was fine. Just wait and then go, so that way your flank is more powerful. Oh, you're right. I didn't ping on Discord. You know, blame Lauren. Honestly, like if you're being serious here, blame her. It wasn't my fault. Shouldn't you be notified on YouTube? Where's the notifications? Shouldn't you be already having that bell icon clicked? It wasn't a bad idea. Again, it was just a little too early. So this is where DPS starts needing to play better in order to win matches. It's not about your KO, it's about target priority. Take a look at this match. Or not this match, take a look at this fight. Where should our target priority be? Well, we already know that Luna just ulted. I'm sorry, that's our team. Their team also just ulted. So their Luna just ulted. Is her priority higher or lower? What would we get out of KOing the Luna? I mean, we lose heals, okay. But if they're all hunched up together, the odds of getting that KO, very slim, right? What about the Invisible Woman? Well, we know that she already ulted a few seconds ago too. So now her value kind of goes down a little bit. So if we're not trying to stop ultimates, maybe what else do we look for? And this is where you start thinking about positioning of the enemy team. So who's out of position and who can you probably secure the KO on? It's okay to play slow and wait for it. So here, I know they look juicy, but you're missing this guy that's just right here, half HP. If this guy gets his ult off, it's your fault. Luckily, he didn't. But he could have gotten his ult off and he could have wiped your team. Again, your team carried the weight for you and did it themselves. But in situations where your DPS has no clue what to do, your tanks have no clue what to do, your strats have no clue what to do, you need to be doing this type of stuff because this is how you carry the match. Now, you do have to rely on your team. Not saying, think about your team's garbage and do everything yourself. No, that's not what I'm saying. But the mistakes that you're making, it's going to make it so that it's harder for your team to win if they're just not capable of doing it themselves. That's all. That's all there is to it. You just woke up? Good morning? Is it morning time for you, Chaos? Nice. Cool. Play nice and slow. I would like to see you take a little bit more off angles. I don't think what you did was bad, but we kind of could have got a little bit more done if we came this way. because you're still fighting with your team. I mean, although there's a wall right here, right? Realistically, there's a wall. But if you're down here in this doorway and your team is right here, you're technically still together. You just have a wall in between you guys. So you're still fighting with them. You're just on an off angle. What you did isn't bad, but it just could have been better if we just did the same thing there. They have to look in your direction. You're pushing them off because they're scared of you. You're still with your team. Everything's still solid. Again, nothing you did was wrong. I'm just trying to tell you how you could get more value out of the same play. Okay, you got it. Yeah, stop front line. Stop front line. Set up. Go over here. You know, float your stuff up here. Same thing we talked about, look down. What this does is it makes it so that they have to look there and at you at the same time. They're not going to be able to do both, so they're just going to back up, and you're giving your team a free space. Not just tanks can make free space, right? Everybody can make space. It's not just a tank's job. When going up here, if you have, well, you do have ult, right? It's close, right? If you were up there, you probably could have got an ult off, or at least scared the Luna. And she wouldn't have done this. We don't know, because you didn't do it. But the things to think about. They just walk right into you? Okay, that's wild. Okay, again, go set up somewhere. She's not like a Hawkeye or something like that, so it's just always good to be in a nice little location where you could possibly flank or off angle or something like that. It's similar to Moon Knight, kind of what he's doing too. He's a little overextended though. You are too. Yeah, I was gonna say. You're overextended as well. Remember, you don't need to make space if your team can't use the space. It just doesn't make any sense. If your team is back here and you're up here, look at all the space that you gave us, but I'm nowhere near that space. So, slow your roll. Micro space. They can play around this. As they push here and get here, then you can go up here. And then they can play around this space you gave them because they're probably going to back up. All right, do it slow. You're just going to get picked off.
My work here is not done. Now, a disappearing act.
A disappearing act. I like this. Again, go up here. It's like you do a lot of the things that you should be doing, but you like the ground. You have two fades. Get up here with Moon Knight. Make something happen, Captain. You have the right idea. It's just you can get a lot more accomplished by doing the higher value play. Again, it's not like you're bad. It's just you can get so much more. So much more out of it. All right, same thing. Get off the ground. I mean, treat the ground like it's lava. All right, y'all play the floor as lava. For the next freaking 5 matches, just don't touch the ground. You better stay airborne or on something. This is crazy. Get up here.
3, 2, 1.
You have every time you have the bright idea to say, maybe I shouldn't be with my team. But you do it on the ground. Go up here and do the same. You in the same spot. It's just better. Look at your Moon Knight. Do what he does. Copy. Same thing. Every time. It's not. I wish you were doing the wrong thing because it would make sense. But you do the right thing in the wrong location every time. It is hilarious, to be honest. Every time. And you get away with it because your team allows you to get away with it. But if your team doesn't, you're gonna get rolled. And then you're gonna wonder why. It's because you're not up there doing things at the top without you. Go up there. Go high. Go high. Okay, you said you played tank. We're going to just fast forward past tank because like I said, I don't recommend trying to flex. You're gonna be stuck in the rank for a long time. Not because I don't think you're capable, but it's just You're spreading yourself thin. Don't do that. Play what you like. Or play what you know, not what you like.
Battle starts in 5.
Bro, go up here. One more time. I'm turning this replay off. You got one more. One more time. I swear. Go up top. It is free real estate. Ain't nobody up there.
4, 3.
Just go up. Look at your Moon Knight. Always hiding. And then you just go up top. You could do the same thing without floating right here. Shoot the guy. You don't even have to do anything. No cooldowns wasted. He is denied. You're doing so much extra work for something that's so free. Look at all that. You're floating in their backline and all that extra stuff. If Hawkeye was there, you'd be KO'd. Look at all that work. And the problem is you're away from the team fight for a few seconds. When you do this, you're giving up space for free. Again, just if you were up here, shoot this guy.
30 seconds.
That health pack took like 3 years to come back. What? Look how much work you're getting shot at. You're getting Smeckledorf down. Yes! Yeah! No! You didn't even have, you were out. You had it, bro. You had it. Okay, we stop overtime because he portals in. Cool.
Better stop that vehicle. 30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Many oddities in your pouches, Wade. Any that might assist us in our efforts?
Safety pins, chewing gum, D batteries.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, go up top. Up, up, up. You could even hit this nest from right here. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. I think a lot of your gameplay will start fixing itself once you get punished enough. I mean, like, eventually you'll notice it because you're getting punished every single time you do it. Like, if I didn't tell you, you would fix it eventually. But a lot of what you're doing isn't bad. I don't mind it. Just do it from up here. You have so much of the map to play around, and we don't play around anything but the main area.
Better stop that vehicle.
Go over here. Go over here. You push her back. You know where she is. Go over here and then flank. Boom.
Only 60 seconds left.
You have so much real estate. Look at this Moon Knight, bro. This guy would get an A+ on every single test that he takes. You need to make sure that you cheat whenever the teacher's not looking. I'm serious. This guy has been doing everything I tell you to do, just to the T. Why is he in gold? I'm actually genuinely curious. Either he's smurfing, or there's other issues that this guy is having. But like, dude, this guy is doing everything I want you to do. Everything I want you to do. Yes! No! Well, kinda. Okay, we're getting there. Oh, yeah! Okay, now we're in a good spot. Yeah! That's what I want to see. There you go. There you go. There you go. Look how easy that was. That'd be a lot harder if you continue to play how you were playing. All your games could be 1,000 times easier, and you probably would hit diamond like that if you just do what I just said in this video. Or in this replay. I'm telling you. I'm not even yanking your chain. You would climb because a lot of what you're doing could get so much more value. You're not doing wrong things. It's just you're doing it at like 30% efficiency. Just hit that 100 mark, even 80, you would win a lot more games for free. They are barely dealing with you as it is. So if you do things that give you more value, free.com. LFC, what game did you put? Or what's your name on in the thing? Is it a strat game? And also, does anyone have any questions about that game? Can you do my Scroll Girl review? We actually just talked about that. I said that I was going to, but we had that conversation in that coaching session where it was like, you shouldn't do that. And so I was debating if I wanted to look at the Squirrel Girl replay or not, because you should just be playing tank until you have to fill. So I don't know. I'm on the fence on that one. I said I was gonna save it to where you start playing it more, but I think right now you should be focusing more on tank. Howdy, what's up? Hello, hello. At least until you get some of that stuff down packed. Oh, I see your name, LFC. Oh, or should I say Abadino? I got you, I got you. Is this that's the replay I called out for you the last time? And I was like, are you here? And you weren't here. I'll do it now, though. The Cap one? I don't think you should play Cap. Why do you want to play so many characters, dog? Just play Thor. Thor, Strange, and Mag, you're gaming. Thor, Strange, and Mag, you're a gamer. You're a gamer. Nah, I can look at one of them. Do you want Squirrel Girl or do you want Cap? Which one? I don't think you should play Cap in all honesty. I don't think you should. Not right now. Especially because you got so much other stuff to think about. I'd recommend Squirrel Girl, but I'll do whatever you want. That's how I am. All right, this replay says. For some reason, oh wait, wrong one. We were rolling the other team the whole first point, and then they made some changes, and my team went 3 heals for no reason, so we lacked damage. How could I have managed the situation better? I feel like I could have done better to deal with their tank, but how? All right, LFC, I got you. Get more people to play Thor so he gets banned. I mean, yes. Not my prerogative, but, you know, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Who said what? Oh, you're playing the Gambito. I want to play him more, but he keeps getting banned, so I just don't even bother. I don't even think he's worth banning anymore. I don't think he was worth banning from the get-go, but, you know. What do I know? I don't know nothing. My thoughts are always the opposite of everybody else's. I'm just that guy. So far, so good. We're chilling. What you want to do as a strat is you want to always make sure that you can see most of your team all at once. You see how you're positioned in such a way where if you have to heal her, you have to look this way. If you have to heal this guy, you have to look this way. If you have to heal them, you have to look that way. You're making yourself have to split your screen up 3 different directions each time you want to heal. And what this does is one of 2 things. You're going to be late to heal the person because you have to turn around. The other thing is that you're going to miss out on key information for your next move or your next play or your next reposition, right? And the other thing is that it's a lot of work. I'm all about the lazy way. So just make sure that you have your team in the eye set as much as possible. You could do so from here. All right, you could do so from here. Now, obviously, Gambit's cards, it's a 3-shot, so you want to be closer because it's kind of like a shotgun. But at the same time, your goal is always to keep your team healthy first and then look for plays, not the other way around. If your team is having a hard time shoving in, then we want to make sure that we can give them consistent healing without having to flip our camera around so much. So what I would recommend in this particular situation, just be here. You're cutting off the eyesight from him. And the only one who can see you is her, and you're still able to get healing on your entire team. But you see how you do this? Now what if you need to heal that guy over there? If you want to get good at being strategist, guys, you have to make sure that you're able to participate in every single thing that's going on. If you could position yourself in a way so you're always participating, you will get more value out of being a strat. I do not mind playing strat, and this is why I always don't really care. because I prefer it. A lot of my strats are buns, and I don't mind playing strats so that they don't be buns. But this is one of the main things that they struggle with, because they either go too deep and they make and then they get picked off, or they put themselves in a situation where it's a lose-lose, where they put a wall between them, or they have to constantly turn their camera. What this does is it makes it seem like, oh, you know, my teams just suck. They always do position better. Strategists do not like to hear that they need to position better, but I'm telling you right now, if you learn how to position better on a strat, you're carrying games. You're carrying games, bro. Any day of the week. Any day of the week. You see how much extra effort you have to do because they got low before you saw them again? But if you were already chilling up here, you see them all. They would never get low. And you can reposition whenever you want your gambit. So first things first, work on your positioning. We should not have our camera twisting and twirling so much. No character should have their camera twisted and twirling this much, and I play Cap. No, I liked where you were. This was actually good. What? Okay, this was good. Why? Because your team has to cross this threshold anyway. Right? And you did a great job because you're off angling. You're not in any danger, and you're forcing anyone who wants to sit right here to back off. This is great. This was good. This was amazing. Couldn't have done it any better. You were in a fine spot. Nobody was in danger. Like, you weren't in danger. It was good. It was good. Got to do more of that stuff. And then as they walk past, you're good to go. Basically, you just put yourself in harm's way by having to not only use a lot of cooldowns to get over there, but you also made it so that you can just get shot. And then you come over here again anyway. What was the point? Like, if we look at this as a movement, if it tracked your footsteps, this is what you did. You went from here to here to there to there. Why? You could have just sat here the entire time and eliminated all that movement. It was so good. I always get sad because you guys do a lot of good things. You guys do so many good things. And then you screw it up. You screw it up by doing this random stuff. And you do the good stuff every time. And you just do the bad stuff randomly. And it's like, why? You were doing so good. Demarius, hello. Good evade. Okay, we're gaming now. We're gaming. Good backup. Nice. Okay. No. You're chilling. Just be right here. He can't shoot you. You have sight. You're gaming. Okay, hold up. Before we even analyze that, let's just see if you had a KO potential, because your team was chilling. Slow it down. By the eye of Agamotto. What have we here? Yeah, you could have one-banged her. She has no fade. She has nothing. She's done. You could have one-banged that guy. Done. He has no jump. Two people you could have just KO'd and won the team fight. But you guys so like, I want to save you guys. You already KO'd Jeff too. You guys win here hard. But you're like, I gotta go and try to cleanse. There you guys go. I'd rather you KO a target than cleanse us back. Serious, if I had to pick a choose, I'd rather the KO just get the gambit just get a KO. Because now you're in such a weird situation. You gotta reposition. Your whole team gets pushed up. Just a whole bunch of nonsense when you have the free ability to get the KO there for you. Like, I know why. I know why you wanted to do that, but you have to understand, given the context of that ultimate, no one was really in danger. Look. I know you guys might want a little bit more context on why I said what I said, because I know you guys are like, popping. They would have got KO'd. I could already see this because my brain works in this way to where I can spot when someone's going to realistically be in danger or not. It's just it's a Cap thing, honestly. It's a Cap and a Hulk and just all these characters that can save like that. I try to be a little bit more aware and I can figure it out. So look who's here. Mag is fine. Thor is fine. She's 3 years away. I spot this before you did what you did. Nobody's in danger right now. This guy's not one banging a Thor. This guy didn't even get stunned. So you only did it for Thor. Everybody else was chilling. That was 2 free KOs, or at least 1. And she has no fade. So that's why I said what I said. Let's keep moving. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that part because you could have won that fight right then and there. It's no reason to talk about the later half because, you know, it doesn't really matter. You had an opening. And you could have made some stuff happen. The voice actor for Sheen died? Oh, no. Sorry to hear that. That sucks. That was the homie. I wouldn't say he was my favorite character, but that was the homie. I don't know. I kind of like Carl. I kind of like the Carl. Yeah, that was the same thing you could have done back in that last team fight. Not a thief and not an assassin? Did we just not see what you just did? As far as I'm concerned, you're both. It might have been the wrong play, but you appreciate wanting to save the Thor? That's hilarious. Yeah, just chill out. Don't even ult. Fight's over. Just let it be. Beautiful. I don't even care. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I don't even care. There was no way you win that fight. I'm glad that you didn't know. Now we have it for the next one. Huge game. Or huge gameplay. Huge gameplay. Don't like that. I know what you're trying to do, but that was a gamble. There ain't no way you saw her there. Unless I'm wrong. Let me check. Yeah, you didn't know she was there. You just went to go. What I would have liked is you just come up here and then go for the play. If you wanted to. But this right here gets you picked off by magic. Remember, you're not invincible. You're not invincible, my friend. If you knew where she was, different story. But you didn't know. There could have been nobody there. And you could have wasted that movement. If your team needed you, you could have got picked off. There's just a lot of negative that can happen from that play. And the best way to really win more matches is make a lot of less risky plays. The less risky your plays, the more consistent of a player you become. And if you're more consistent, you will win more games. Not saying never be risky, but it just shouldn't happen from back to back, right? It should be here and there. That was an unneeded risk play because you didn't have any information. A real risk play, because again, I know it kind of sounds weird. A real risk play is where you weigh the pros and cons and like, this might work. What you did there was a guess. It wasn't really any pros and cons. It was just like, should she be there or not? I don't know. I might get something, you know? Unless someone on comms told you, then disregard. But I play with no comms, so that's how I approach it. No real reason to ult. Same exact thing. You don't really need to create space if the space isn't going to be used. We ulted to try to gain more space, but we already had space. The only person here was Mag. You could have just shot this dude from the side. This dude would have backed up. You would have slowly gotten space by not using an ability. Don't overwork yourself, guys. Same exact thing. You flank, but you had no information. You just did it to do it. I don't know what rank this is, but this does not continue to work. Eventually, you will get popped for doing this. I don't want to say it like you're making horrible decisions, bro. But that's what would happen. You wouldn't be able to get away with what you just did. You would have got popped. The higher you go, the more they're on comms. The more they're on comms, the more you're not getting away with these really risky plays. I understand what you're trying to do, but just calculate it more. Understand there is a target over there that is isolated. Let me go for it. Not let me just ult and just move around and see what I can find. It's not gonna work. Like I said, it's not bad that you do it. Just have more information. That's all. Just have more information. That's all you gotta do. You have a little bit more information.
2, 3. Time to switch things up, including which side you're on. You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
You didn't like Carl? Yikes! Why didn't you like my boy? Why didn't you like Carl easy?
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3.
I always hate when my tanks... Oh, Jesus Christ. This guy is just... This ain't gonna work. I'm about to watch this one. I know we're looking at your gameplay, but I'm about to really... Go ahead, let me see your plan, big boy. What are you about to do? Nothing! What was the point of that? My man. Over here, tanking no cover at all, about to get Bucky pulled. I don't like when tanks tank up that far. I don't like when tanks overextend in general. But that guy was like 3 years away. Yeah, you're doing fine. Stay over here. Stay in cover. You might get shot at, so be prepared to reposition. But at this particular moment, the best spot for you to be so you can see your entire team without getting hurt is there. You could be there, but it's a little bit too deep. You could be there as well if you really, really wanted to, like over there and that. It's fine as well. The part back there is scary because they can shoot directly to it. So I think here is a good spot or over there is a good spot. You're doing good. Okay, not in the open though. Just be over here. You were chilling for a second. Okay, now we're doing that thing where we have to look over there, and over there, and over there, over there, over there, over there. If you find yourself in that position, try to make sure that you fix it somehow by repositioning a little bit. Lucky draw. I keep thinking he's saying lucky draws. Like, I can't get that out of my head. Lucky draws. Okay, so realistically, this happened because we could have positioned better. That's all it is. It's not your fault why we lost this fight. I'm just saying, in general, we could have positioned better. So that way you could have a better chance of winning the fight. But it's not your fault why we lost it. Let it go. You're taking that L. Good, 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 good. What I mean by you're taking that L, not necessarily your team's losing the fight, but there's no reason to ult that ult. Your team's, you know, should they get picked off, it's fine. You guys won the fight already. That's what I mean. So just take the L if somebody gets picked off. There's no reason to try to save them. So I'm glad that you didn't ult. No, don't do it. That one hurt my soul just like a little bit. Just, you know, part of my soul, maybe about 5% is now gone. I'm not as much of the man as I was before a few seconds ago. That's what I'm trying to say. That one hurt. That one hurt. There was no reason for that. Like, none at all. Don't fall into that gambit habit where they always ult because they have it. Please don't. I'm trying to tell you that is not the best way to use it. You have two ways to use it. As a defense ult or offense ult, but you need to pick and choose when to use them and why. Don't just fling it off because you have it. You've been better at holding it to not save people, but you do like to use it offensively a lot. And it is good for that, but just, you don't always need to. You could wait a second. You are trying to really go ham with that Star-Lord. The fight was fine because your team was already situated, so trying to fight him and fend him off was a good idea. All that is a positioning issue. You kind of backed yourself into a wall. Just reposition. Look. You knew the fight was evolving to the point where it was going to probably stretch out to here. If we know that, just go that way. Or this way. But you put yourself in a corner when you knew the fight was rolling towards you in the first place. Just a positioning error. Keep repositioning as the fight continues to move around. As I said, each fight is kind of like a dog pile from like old cartoons where you see this puff of smoke and people's hands is punching and heads is falling out, or like the smoke of the cloud, you know, it's like that. And then they're all fighting, and you know, as it's rolling towards you, you need to move. Go somewhere so that's not going to hit you. As it rolls away, you can move forward. But you do not put yourself in a situation to suck you into the fight because you don't want to be part of it. This goes for strats. This also goes for DPS. It's just not perfect. It's just not worth it unless you're a melee hero, which you can then brawl and do all that extra good stuff. That's all that is. If you play it back, you can see the exact moment Pop is sold. Yeah, that one hurt. That one hurt. Common Street Propaganda is that Gambit should always ult first or combo with a team. I see this a lot, and I also see that people, they're like hovering over the character, and then they go, pick Gambit, need Gambit. And I'm like, we don't need Gambit if the guy can't play Gambit. So the person's like, oh, I can play it, because you know Marvel Rivals community just has a massive freaking ego, even though they have 1 hour on the character. I can play it. And then they do horrible. And then they wonder why you lose. You don't, the character is not that strong, where if you pick it, you auto win. There's no character like that but Magic and Iron Fist. Iron Fist is debatable. Magic is not. Let's be honest. Just because you pick Iron Fist don't mean you win. He has an easier time winning though. But Magic, bro, you should get the dub. There ain't not one Magic player I see under 60% win rate. Change my mind. You can't. Again, don't dogpile. Like, when you guys see that there's a strat ultimate, it does not signal to you as a strat to get out of position to be in the strat ult. Reposition somewhere else so that way you're not in the chaos once it ends. Because what typically happens here is that, okay, we're all hunched up and then the ult ends and now all the strats are in one place at the same time and they all get obliterated. Don't do this. Go up here. Go over there. You want to make sure that you're not left in chaos after the ult ends. And if you're in a good position and then you go to the strat just to be healthy, don't do that either. Stay in the position that you're in. It's safer. Because it will backfire. Keep it moving. Okay. Let it be. Nope. Go back to where you were. Do not do this. It'll backfire. Just be safe. There you go. There you go. That's what I like to see. You're a wild for trying to fight that Star-Lord, brother. You should have just ulted. It was that serious. Gambit got your back. Yeah, you should have ulted earlier. If you wanted to fight that Star-Lord, you should just ulted.
3, 2, 3. You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
my experience, the fact that he charges their ult gives like compounding interest. So I use it as soon as I think we can win the fight, unless we have a bunch of ults already charged. Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. That's giving too much faith to your team. I'd rather just win the fight because I ult properly than try to ult as soon as I get it to give my teammates their ult to then think that we're going to win the fight after. Because if it worked like that, Gambits would have a 100% win rate. And they don't, because that's not really how it works. I understand the reasoning behind it, but it's similar to like cap ult. So people are like, well, you should just use cap ult on your team and give them the ultimate. No. Just use it at the right time. If you have 3 strats, alright. But if you have 2, nah, don't do that. Unless you know for a fact. You know for a fact you'll have it up by the next team fight. But typically what happens is people use it and then they don't have it for the next team fight. When they could have just won the fight without ulting and then use the ult the next fight. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I understand the idea, but it's sketch. Maybe try it once, see if it works, and if it doesn't, then don't use it like that for that match. We're still gonna play. I think one of their people disconnected or something. So we're gonna end it there. Mostly though, I think you just gotta stop making so many risky plays and just position better. Position for where the fight's gonna take place. Don't make so many risky plays, and you're chilling. I think your gameplay is pretty solid. It's just you put yourself in a lot of sticky situations that made it way more difficult for you to win than it had to be. And I don't want you to also fall into a trap where some of the risky plays that you make, yeah, they work now, but as you climb, they won't work later. And I don't want you to get picked off because of it. Again, not saying what you're doing is bad, just make sure you have more context to why you're doing something. A lot of what you're doing is, make that risky flank. I don't know who's there, but let's figure it out. No. You're gonna get one banged. So yeah, again, not saying you're doing them bad. I feel like whenever I call out things, some people might think like, well, I say never do it. No. I'm not saying never do things. Just give yourself a little bit more context so you're not caught with your pants down. That's all it is. That's all it is. I think there's a lot of room for everything. I guess I don't understand what I'm holding it for. Oh, to win the team fight. Yeah, if you hold it and you can ult at the right moment and or counter ult, do that. There's no reason to just fire it off, pray your team uses it right, and then they don't, and then you lose the team fight anyway. You know what I mean? Like, your team isn't going to always do things the way you want them to do, so don't try to put them in the position to do it, because you're going to be disappointed every single time. Every single time. I don't care what character you are. I think I feel when I ult this cap and they run out of it. It is the most frustrating thing ever. It's frustrating, man. So having your team think that they should go when they shouldn't, just because Gambit ults, for then their Gambit to ult or their Strat to ult, and then nothing happens, and then we just lose the fight. It's just not necessary. It's so coin flippy. You have to understand when you know you can win that fight, and if you think you can, that is when you do it. Don't just pop it up and just hope, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because a lot of the Gambits that I play with, maybe not you, but just a lot of the Gambits that I play fire the ult off instantly, and then they're like, well, we should have won that fight. But it's like, no, they just counter ult, and then we're down on ult, and then now your support ult is out of sync with the regular ult. So the next fight we go in, one strat ult, they have 2 strat ults because you don't have your ult now. It's just a whole bunch of nonsense that happens when people do that. It's similar to Cloak and Dagger players just firing it off when they don't need to. Okay. Let's look at camps. In this game, I just don't know what I could have did. I was playing support first round. Oh, you have 2, Cam. Strat pool sucks. So I don't know if you are still playing strat pool. If you want, I can look at that one. But if you're like, I'm out of that phase, I'll look at your other one. I don't know if you're still here, Cam, but. Oh, you're playing tank and support, so it's a double whammy. It's a double trouble. Thanks for clarifying, no problem. Yeah, I don't want to tell you guys something and just be like, listen to me. That's not what I'm saying. If it don't sound right, even after I'm done clarifying, let me know. I'll try to make it sound better. Sometimes you guys know more than me. And I'd be like, oh, you're right. True, true, true.
30 seconds before you attack.
But I'm just thinking my own personal experience playing Gambit and having him on my team. There's a lot of negative than positive that comes from that. And maybe your experience just differs. Well, playing the Rocket Mobile, it's my boy. You know, I actually enjoy playing Rocket. I don't play him a lot, but I enjoy it. I don't like that beacon. I feel so nitpicky, chat. Stop me. It seems like every replay review, I'm just like saying something about the little things. But the higher rank you go, and I've seen a lot of your guys' reviews already. So it's like I already mentioned the other stuff. So it's kind of leaning into I need to nitpick you now because I already know your general gameplay. But I seem like such a butthole when I do it. It is not to be mean. I don't like that because it can be destroyed. That's all. You could put it in a way better spot so that way it has more reach and it's also not going to get destroyed by someone. I'm pretty sure there's a ledge up here. Yeah, put it there. Right there. Now you could say, well, popping, somebody could come up. Yeah, true. But the odds of that happening is pretty slim. You can also put it here if you really are worried about the overreach. They might not even look at it. But that way you have more, just in case people get KO'd way over there, it's going to help them. And then if they get KO'd over here, you don't have to remove it because the fight starts. You don't have to move it again.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're ready for action.
You're ready for action.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
You see how much you have to move around? You don't really want to be in that situation. I don't mind that you were sitting here, but as Rocket moves, this is kind of one of the few healers that work like this. I guess almost all healers kind of work like this, that have projectile-based healing or hitbox-based healing, like hit scan, I mean. The more you move, the less you can heal, because you're not looking. Now, Rocket has bouncing orbs, of course, we know this, but just in general context. If you have to run away, you can't heal. Now, this fight was already over. Clearly, they were overextended. But just keep in mind that if you can put yourself in a position where you don't have to turn your camera and move around that much, you're in a good spot because that means you can keep uptime on healing as much as possible. But you see how we have to reposition so far. Again, the fight's already over. I'm just using this as a great talking point. You see how that we have to reposition so far that you can't heal because you're moving around so much. It goes for every strat, not just Rocket. Try to find yourself in a location where if you have to reposition, you can still heal and walk back. You can still heal and move. You know, you don't have to just stop healing entirely to reposition. Like that. We shouldn't have been there. Because now, if we do all this work to try to get us to get our team healed, then they could get picked off because of it. Again, not your fault. Your team's just getting rolled. I don't know what to say. But it's just something to keep in mind. I'm flarking helpful. I want to see you shoot more. I want to see you shoot more. I want to see you start mowing them down. Oh, that sucks. I saw him, but you didn't. That sucks. I know I only saw him because I'm not playing. I probably wouldn't have seen him either. Maybe I would have. Who knows? Okay, we go, Sue. You're gaming. You're gaming. Just reset. Like, it's not your fault why you're getting rolled. But it just doesn't help that we're not resetting. Just reset. Let everybody, you know, get KO'd on purpose. Whatever. Here's something that you guys as strats need to learn. Okay? If a fight goes south, what's going to happen is that your team's going to get KO'd. We know this. If you're a strat and you're healing them when the fight is already south, you're prolonging how long it takes for them to come back after being KO'd. Here's the example. if, let's say, Doctor Strange gets KO'd, goodbye, and the next to get KO'd is this guy, right? You're healing him. So instead of him getting KO'd in the next 2 seconds, he gets KO'd in the next 6 seconds. He then has to add 10 seconds on the KO timer, and then he has to add about, depending on how far you are away from spawn, an extra like 7 to 10 seconds. Whereas if he just got KO'd with Doctor Strange, they would spawn at about the same time, and they'd be able to play again. Strategists indirectly call staggers because they think, I have to heal my teammates. If the fight's over, let everybody get KO'd, man. The job's done. The more strats continue to heal and try to get people out safely, the longer, the more you're going to prolong staggers, and the more you're going to make sure that staggers consistently happen. Again, strategist players don't realize they're doing this, but if you play strategist, really think about your gameplay, and I promise you, you're doing it too. If they get KO'd, let the fight be. Let everybody get KO'd all at the same time, and then fight together. Because as this happens, he gets KO'd 10 seconds later because you healed him. He gets KO'd because she's getting healed. 10 seconds later, she's healed. Everybody spawns back in such a different time. You just keep getting walked over. You get snowballed on. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Thought you wouldn't see me again?
Fight Tacos with the super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep it up. I appreciate it. I will keep it up. And because you guys super chat, I will do your replay afterwards. I'll do it right after. I appreciate the support. Again, members, thank you. And people who get coaching sessions as well. Thank you guys. You guys are why we can do this free stuff. Remember, we have some stuff coming after this second half. I just really want to try to hit one above all before the end of the season. So I'm not going to break anything out. We only got a few days left. But after, on the second half, your boy got you. Trust. So keep it in mind. We got some stuff going. Wow. Like, all this stuff just stems from stagger. And I know it's frustrating because it seems like there's nothing you can really do about it. But we just have to stop trying to keep people healthy as they're getting ready to get KO'd. Because you're just going to end up in a situation where one is back and the other's not. Then the other's back, the other's not. The other's back, the other's not. The other's back. Like, I'll honestly just show you real quick. So you know that I'm not talking out my butt. I'll show you exactly what happened. Look. So, go back. This happened all the way from the start, by the way. Check it. Look at the stagger that we have. All the way from the start. This started to happen. So you guys know the potency of what happens when strat players don't just let their team get KO'd. Look. Alright. So, where's the other strat? Oh, he just got KO'd. I'm sorry. Okay. Your team's already got picked off, right? Emma's already going to get KO'd. Let it be. There's not really anything you can do, and you probably can't heal her from there anyway. The fight's lost. You only have 2 players on the field. What are we healing? What are we shooting? Nothing. Just let it happen. Reset. What you're doing right now is allowing this player to think, oh, I can play the game. In her head, I don't know what she's thinking either. The entire team got picked off. There's no way that she should be able to play the game. So she should have backed off too. Because you're so focused on healing, you're doing all this extra stuff too, which means you're getting out of position. If you already thought about the fight's over, let's just run away, you wouldn't even be hurt. You wouldn't be in this position. You wouldn't have to reset. Nothing. You'd be chilling. You'd be just waiting for your team to get back. Right? As your team gets back, Iron Man then comes in. What happens? The guy gets picked off. Why? Because he's trolling. Then Scarlet Witch is down there. Right? We're still not as a team. You're trying to keep the Scarlet Witch healthy, which is fine. Doctor Strange then gets picked off, or is about to be. He forces to walk back. You're healing. You're trying to heal your team, but you can't. We're still not together. As we have not been together ever since the start of the match. Someone is always gone or walking back. So you're trying to heal this fight too. When the fight's over, you're not getting this space back. Nothing's happening. Just ping them back and run away. It seems very mean, but it prevents a lot of this dumb stuff from happening because you don't win here. Now Deadpool's picked off. Okay, he's still down a player. Don't heal him. Let him get KO'd because you're stalling him. You're letting this guy just do more and more and get picked off more. Just let it happen. Right? Are we all back yet? You got 2 people in spawn. You're allowing the fight to continue even though you guys are at a disadvantage. Jeff then comes to eat. He tries to switch you off. You're chilling. But someone else gets picked off. Okay, now you're down another player. And we're still trying to fight this fight. Doctor Strange trolls. Now he's KO'd. We're still healing. We're keeping people healthy when the fight was over. We have not been at 6 this entire game. It's been like, what, 3 minutes, and we have not been at 6. This means don't use respawn beacons. This means stop healing. This means all of that. You feel like it's a rocket problem, which is why you switched to Invis, but it's not. Look at your team is never at 6. Look at, he's going in by, you only have 4 players. Oh, now you got 3. Okay, now you got 4. Now you got 5. Oh, now you got 4. Now you got 3. And it just keeps happening because we keep trying to keep them healthy. We keep trying to make sure that we can fight. The fight's over. It is not one long, continuous fight. Marvel Rivals does not work that way. Fight 1, fight 2, fight 3, fight 4, fight 5. It just does that. It is not one long, continuous fight. This is why it feels like your team is getting rolled. This is why it feels like it's unwinnable. As a strat player, you got to let everybody get KO'd. I'm telling you that right now. It will help you tremendously. When I play strat on stream, y'all know I don't care about nobody. Not at all. Bro, everybody's getting KO'd. I don't care. Because you just stall out. You just stall this. You just stall this. So. It's not even like you're bad or anything. You're just enabling poor play. That's literally all it is. That's literally all it is.
The battle starts in 5.
Okay, you're playing on tank now. A little bit of Thor gameplay. A little bit of Thor gameplay. Okay, let's see. First things first, reposition. Oh, God. Yeah, go get that guy off of there. That should be your job. You didn't even look. Damn. When you walk out of spawn, you got to survey, bro. You got to take notes. You got to say, okay, look at that. Look at that. There's Waldo. And you got to go deal with them. You got to deal with them. Because then you get clapped. And you're like, bro, my healers are garbage. They're not garbage. Look at the guys up there taking names for some bubbles on them. Not saying you said your healers are garbage. I'm just saying. That's a lot of people say. So now we got to walk out and survey. Okay? Normal. No. Go this way. Go up here. And just see what's happening. See what's going down. You know, take a second. Look at the scenery. If there's anything I could tell a tank to do, man, look at the game. Look at all of just everything. You know, make sure all characters are accounted for. Make sure to see if anything's out of place. It's going to help you. Trust. Trust. Go this way. Dash over that, of course. Get some stuff. Similar concept to that Hulk gameplay that we watched. The fact that you're repositioning and moving around is scary, and they'll move just because you move. But when you're on the cart like this, they're not afraid. You gotta move, you gotta get up there, you gotta break formation. Thor is not really scary from the front like this. He's scary when he starts moving in the back line. Not saying never sit here and do this, because it's not bad. Just time and place for everything. Right now you're at a stalemate because you gotta get past that penny nest, so you need to make something happen. Go on that hella. That is free.com. What was the rule? Chat. Dive tanks. What was the rule? Isolated targets. Strategist. If you can't KO anything, you just be in the face of the person that's really, that's the problem for your team. In this case, isolated. She should be KO'd. Done. There ain't no way she should just be able to sit there for free. She got KO'd, luckily. Isolated. Dive past this guy, take names. Go. What do you do? Go back there and whoop some butt. So what you're doing right now only works when your team allows it to work. There ain't no Thor that's playing front to back and just getting away with walking forward. Thor is a problem because he goes past tanks, and then like we have to figure out what do we do. When you see the opportunity, just like every other dive tank, go for it. They are really free. They're mispositioning like crazy. Don't just hit who's in front. hit who's out of position. You're the Deadpool. Okay, thank God. I was gonna say, you just letting this guy live for free. Bro, I ain't pay no rent. Bro, I ain't chipping for no pizza. You just letting him eat. All right, wait a second. I know he looks juicy. Look at him. Just extra troll, glasses falling off and everything. I know. But take a survey of the entire situation. What's going on? Oh, Hella can snipe our entire team as they walk up. What should I do? Go over there and push her off of this angle. If she can't see because of walls, your team has no threat. Jeff is not scary. The only thing scary about Jeff is the fact that he throws your games if you spot him. It's not necessary. Because if this was a high rank Hella, guarantee she's getting KOs. And you're in diamond, so you're getting ready to get Grandmaster. You need to be on it like white on rice. Again, she's chilling, rent free. The only reason, this is why I don't like Thor. Like, let me get my soapbox. This is why I don't like Thor. Because Thor can do a lot of nonsense that gets enabled by getting healed. And I hate it. Because then you get to ranks where that does not work anymore. And I get those Thors on my team. And they just rage and crash out on my strategists. And it's like, bro, what are you talking about? Do you not see what you're doing? You go with 1v6 and you're thinking that it's the strat's fault? Bro, uninstall the game. This right here, not acceptable. I know what you're trying to do. I like this part though. This is cool. I like how you're using cover. Beautiful. That's how it should be played. But what you were doing right there, you just walking up in there like you chilling. Don't do that. You will get one shot. Especially in such a narrow hallway. There ain't no way they miss. There ain't no way. I like that. I like that. Go. Go set up somewhere. Come up here, chill out, relax. If you're a tank and the cart's moving, position for the next fight. In the next fight. In the next fight. You don't have to just sit there and wait and babysit the cart. You already won. Go look and survey the map. Come over here. See who's dropping. See where people are going. Because what you'll notice when you start doing this, you'll start noticing exactly where people are going. He's probably going to go here. Right? Hide yourself behind this. He's going to go there. Okay, then Hella might come up here. Oh. And then you get her. As soon as she does this, bam. Done. Why? Because you're surveying. You need to see what's going on. You can't just play blind. Look, let's just watch what happens. Where do people go? And let's see if there's any opportunities for us. If we just hid behind here. I know Thor is huge, but I'm pretty sure that he won't be seen if you just stop moving because they can't hear you step. Look at Groot's even doing it. He knows. He watches my videos. Okay, realistically, you can't see over, so you're probably looking at it like that. We know Hella's to the right. Right, and we're chilling. And we just chill. Throw some lightning. Bop, 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 bop. Well, hello. No more. And you get him. That's that. And if you don't get him, you force him off, and he goes over here or something, and your team can play the game for free. You only see this stuff if you stop. Just stop for 2 seconds, bro. I mean, you still see him up there, realistically. But if you're up here, you're scary, you're zoning on with lightning, and then you just take advantage. You're just brute forcing your way through. And like I said, I don't really like Thor players that do this. And it's not you, just specifically. It's just Thor teaches you the wrong way to play the game. And then people get stuck, and then they wonder why. And it's because you shouldn't be allowed to do this. I don't like how they have some characters in this game allowed to play for free because the enemy team has a really hard time dealing with the character. That means that there's balance issues. I love the game, don't get me wrong, but they shouldn't be allowed to play like this for free. Shouldn't be. But I can't blame you. Like I said, every single Thor player that I've coached, every single Thor player that I've done reviews for, y'all all do the same thing. Y'all all do the same thing until I tell you, and then you guys play different. And it's like, yeah, it's really... Once you start playing like that, you become much more of a force to be reckoned with. Brute forcing was fine, just you have to choose when and where to do it. You can't just have that be your default gameplay because you're gonna get punished. And that's what I want to prevent. I want to prevent you guys from being punished for doing stuff like this, because you will be like that. It took them an entire match to do that to you, but you did the same thing the entire match. Now, what type of coach would I be if I allowed you to, oh, it works, good job. It worked, good job, good job. And let's say the whole gameplay, it worked and you never messed up. How would you know that you shouldn't be doing this if I didn't say it? You know what I mean? I'm only picking on you more, Cam, because we've had sessions before. That's all. Oh, now we got the real deal. Now we got the real deal. Man's put the Thor on hold. Said I'm bringing out the Strange. All right. I see you, gamer. You can just block heals, honestly. If there's someone on point. Nice. Nice, 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 nice.
3, 2, 3.
Wait, where are you? Ah.
Battle starts in 5,
Ah, he's back on the string.
3, 2.
He's back on the mans.
Get that vehicle to its destination.
I like that you're hugging the wall over there. Just be careful, it breaks, but you have the right idea. Now hide behind cart. Let it do your job for you. Hide behind cart. Hide behind cart. You don't need to. You don't need to. Hide behind cart. Okay, you don't need to. The thing is, you only have to continue to walk forward when you need to. Okay? They already gave space, so you don't need to constantly fight for it. A better way to do it, if you want to walk forward, especially if it's free space, is you want to try to walk forward and hit anchor points. Because you're slowly getting space without being shot by a million people, should they all be right there shooting at you, right? If you go from here, their tanks are going to back up. And then you go from here, they're going to back up even more. They're going to back up even more. Pretty much whenever you're moving forward, you don't, even if you're strange, you don't just want to walk forward. You're going to get shot. Especially by Hellas and Hawkeyes and all that extra crap you're going to experience in Grandmaster Celestial, Eternity, One Above all that extra nonsense that does 3,000 damage per shot. You can't do this. You have to make sure that you're going from cover to cover to cover to cover to help move your way forward. I've actually been hearing, if anyone from my chat knows, I've been seeing some stuff, and I've heard it from people's videos, and I've seen it in chat, where they just say, just walk forward. No context, no nothing. And they think like just walking forward is how you win matches. I don't know where that's coming from, but I even heard it. There's a couple of Smurfs in my game. You're like, Smurfs? In Eternity? What? That doesn't make no sense. I guess they just have another account they want to play. And so their alt character that they were using to climb, they did horrible. And then they played Strange, and I played Strat because their Strat was awful. And then they're like, you see, just walk forward. And I'm like, bro, I'm pocketing you. You're getting away with this because I'm pocketing you. Like, what are you talking about right now? But I've heard it so many times, and it's like, you don't just walk forward. There's no world where you're just able to walk forward and win. Like, what? What? Where is this coming from? Where is this? Bro, if you could just walk forward and win, everybody would have 100% win rate. You're not just about to walk forward and win. Like, that is ridiculous. Maybe in low ranks. But it was just astounding to hear it at a high rank, because that's not how it works. You're going to walk forward and get shot a bajillion times unless you get pocketed, which is what I was doing. I found it so weird. Actually, I think we had 3 healers. We had me, I was on Adam. I think we had Rocket, and then I think we had somebody else. And I was like, bro, just walk forward. Yeah. Yeah, all right, dog. But I was just curious, because I was wondering if maybe that's what you thought, Cam. It's like, I would just walk forward. I get away with it. It doesn't happen. I feel like small things like that lead to a lot more mistakes than necessary. Like, this is a really good context. Just walk forward. You had pressure from Iron Man. You had pressure from Storm. You were pocketed. you could walk forward. But in another scenario where none of that exists, you would get KO'd, and you almost did. That's not to riff on you, Cam. I'm just saying in general. I'm speaking about what is being said because I see it quite often, and I'm like, that makes no sense. Not your gameplay in particular. You just happen to be the focal point of the conversation. Look, I'm sorry, but I just don't understand. Walk forward, yeah. I would like to see that work out of 10 games. See how much walking forward works unless you're smurfing. Crazy people. Matt can just press W and win? Yeah, nah. There's a lot more going in there that is not contextualized. I get told whenever I solo tanking and getting super focused, yeah, you can't just walk forward. You have to think about resource management, you have to think about using cover, you have to think about target priority. Like, I don't know. I just was wondering if you guys have heard it or seen it somewhere, and I thought it was something that was just being the next new thing. Like, I'll say in a perfect world, should your DPS be on point, should your healers be on point, alright, walking forward, if they're that good, you get justice. But most of the time, that's not the case, and you're going to be disappointed when you walk forward and get obliterated. My advice, put the nest here. Break this open, put the nest here. It's very hard to shoot unless they actually come and break the wall. Whereas when you have it right now, all I gotta do is come this way, and I can shoot it, and it's gone. Or I can come that way and shoot it, and it's gone. You get the same type of coverage by putting it there. The van actually doesn't block the web at all, so the web will just stretch out like it's normal. Like the van's not even there. You get the same type of coverage, and you're still good to go. You can also put it in this tree if you would like, but the only downside to this is they'll just come up here and shoot it if they're smart. Yeah, it was pretty simple to break that nest because it wasn't really hidden. We go back on the Thorian skis. It's decently common? Okay, yeah, I thought so. When I started seeing it pop in my chat when I was playing and people typing it, I'm just like, alright, bro. I'm not even the one they're telling it to. I'm just shocked that it keeps popping up. You ain't gotta tell me to press W, bro. I'm always on W. You ain't gotta tell me to walk forward. I play cat. Bro, if I ain't walking, I ain't playing cat. Let me be honest. Okay, let it die. Reset, fight over here. Come on, Cam. You know better than this. Do not drop down there. Don't break my heart. Round of applause. Round of applause. Old Cam would have dropped into that. New Cam, my mans. My mans. My mans. Good job, buddy. Yeah, that was a no-go. That fight was over. I love it. I love to see it. I love to see when we talk about things and then you guys do it in your games and it's like, oh my god. Legends. Okay. Every time I commend you guys, y'all just do something else. This was good. Just do it from here. You're already in cover. Start firing. If you want, you can come up here too. And use the rock as cover. So like kind of be right here and use the rock as cover. Because you're a bit overextended. How are you not shot, dog? Hold up. I'm actually like mad for them. Wait a second. How do you just stand there, not moving? Who is aiming at you? Hold. I wish I could get away with this as cat, bro, because it doesn't exist. Like what? Surely you should be getting. Why are you aiming Iron Man? Hit this guy. I'm actually mad. What are you doing? Bruh. What is happening? What are you shooting, dog? Bro, just shooting the ground. Alright, cool. Papa needs a strategist, bro. Guy could be shooting something. Oh, wait. Hold up. Okay, guy is shooting the ground. I didn't know it need healing, but you must know more than I. I'm actually like mad when I see you guys get away with this, because I never do. I literally always get shot. Every time. And then you guys just sit here having an old picnic in the mid lane, just chilling, sipping some tea, and I'm over here doing backflips and cartwheels trying to survive. I get so mad at you guys. I get so mad at you guys, bro. I get so mad. It is so unfair. It is so unfair. All right, isolated targets. Go after her. Just dive bomb her. You don't need to play front to back. It's fine that you did. Not saying it's bad. Just think about looking at those type of opportunities, because Cloak and Dagger already have the ult on you, so you're not overextending. You shouldn't get KO'd in her ultimate. You would just be able to take her out. Good evade. Nice. Hug the wall a little bit though. You can do everything you're doing right there. I know you're in ultimate, just in context to say if you didn't have any ultimate, just cover the wall so that you're not getting taken too many, or getting hit by too many people at once. This is good. Hold the cart. Yep. Don't have to move forward because they have to walk through you. Yep. This is good. Yep. Yep. I don't care that you get KO'd there. You played that really well. You didn't have to move, so you didn't. You had no reason, and I liked it. That was really well played. Be careful TPing on the point if your team's already KO'd, because you're gonna lose. Oh boy. Good job, Cam. You won that game. Victory. Cool. I'm glad you won it. You swapping there was a good job. Good job. What time is it? It's a bop, dude. That portal was kind of far from cart. Yeah. Yikes, I would have been targeting Iron Man. Oh my god, he's 3 years away. All right, we're gonna go over buy tacos. Blood Moon, what's up, by the way? Can you go next? This will be my last replay. This will be my last replay. We got through a lot today. I think I did one of yours last week, though. Pretty sure I did. Yeah, I did. I checkmarked it. So if you want to check out the one that I did before, go to that last Hero Huddle. If you guys see I put a check mark near your thing, I did that replay that you asked for. So you guys can see it in the replay for that week. If you like check weekly, you're like, oh, mine got looked at. Let me go look at it. The community gave me that idea. I tell you, I wouldn't be anywhere without you guys. You guys are like goats, man. The best. All right. This player says, started off playing fantastic. However, after the first fight, I knew I needed to swap to tank. So I played Thor. Like, why do y'all play Thor so much? What's wrong with y'all? If it's Thor, if it's Hulk, where's the Cap love? Ah, but didn't you say Cap is garbage? Yeah. But that doesn't mean he can't have no love. With Thor, I typically dive or flank. Fine. I knew I could positively impact the outcome and was really trying to help win. Not that I carried, but just felt almost like I needed to turn it on and help the team. Let me know where I could improve on and what I did well and what I should stop doing. All feedback welcome. FYI, during the gameplay of about 7 games, I rose and fell from Plat 1 to Diamond 3 times. Diamond 3 is the highest rank I've achieved in all seasons since Season 2.5. Well, congratulations on hitting your Diamond 3 peak. Typically, I love Cap, but you tell me not to. True. True. Look, I don't want you guys to play something that's gonna make you guys lose. I'm just that guy. Look, there's some times where it's like, dude, play whatever you want to play. If you guys want my honest feedback about some characters, I'll tell you, it's probably not a good idea. I only play them because I played them for previous seasons. But if I were like, let me learn cap at this moment, there's just way better options after all these patches. Okay, let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at the game. Do. But yeah, congrats on your peak. Usually what happens when you guys start going up and down is just you hit your peak. You hit your plateau. And it's fine. You're not supposed to go up and that's that. Even on my streams, you guys see me go up and down and fluctuate. It's basically calibration, you know? Your climb should look a little weird. It should look like this. Right? And you stop. And you stop. And you stop. Look like steps. What people assume their climb should look like is that. And that's not true. It's not happening that way. You're always going to plateau. That's just how you climb. Now, sometimes Rivals gives you the false security that you're doing this. And then when you hit a plateau, you're cooked because you guys stay there for a lot longer. And when I say you guys, not you in particular, but there are players like Magic players who get to a rank and it stops working what they were doing and they're stuck for a lot longer and they blame EOMM and all that extra good stuff because what they do doesn't work anymore. But a typical player that's not a Magic player or an Iron Fist player, just like that. So don't be afraid when you guys do this and you guys are like, well, I keep going up and down and it's how it's supposed to. You'll eventually get past it. Don't worry. Nothing negative about it. We all go through it. Even rank 1 players. They might be rank 1, but they still dip back to rank 5, maybe to rank 20, maybe to rank 100. And then, you know, it's no different. We're all human. We're all normal. We all make mistakes. We all go up and down and get calibrated. Wait, how do I see it? I didn't do it this stream. But if you want to see it on YouTube, you just go to my live section and you can see all the live videos that I have. You are exactly like Ghost. Study your life would cause you immense pain. That's a good one. Don't play cat ever. Also popping. Where's the cat love? Hey, locks in cat. All right. I'm tired of y'all. I come to you guys with confidence. I come to you guys thinking that you guys are gonna love me, and then you guys shoot me down every time. I become vulnerable. Every time. Alright. We're playing Mr. Fantastic. I actually really like this character. I don't play him much though because it's weird, but I do like this character. I think this character's ultimate is one of the best in the game. Everybody thinks it's bad because it doesn't secure KOs, but the amount of space that this guy makes is crazy. I would definitely try to position yourself more. So here's kind of how it would be if you're playing DPS. This is typically what you want. You want your strats in the back, you want your DPS in the middle, and then you want your tanks in the front. What you're doing is putting yourself in the front for no reason. He can be in the front, but you want to make sure that it's during the fight. You don't just want to position yourself in the front. You don't want to add added burden on your healers to try to heal you because you just are out of position. You have long range, Mr. Fantastic. There's no reason for you to be in front. I know when you get inflated and stuff, that's when you need to be closer. I understand this, but just at the start is unnecessary. And again, you're taking more damage that they have to heal through you that could have been gone to your tanks. If you can minimize the amount of resources you take from your healers, it's a little bit better. It's okay to just let them push forward. Because honestly, your team isn't really poke heavy anyway. This is just a bad spot for everybody. Everybody tanks there. I don't know why. That's kind of what I mean. You're not a frontliner. You're not supposed to be. So you shouldn't be in the front like that. You should be behind the tanks. But I don't know why everybody likes to tank there anyway. I see it a lot. I don't though. Bro, walk in. You can get clapped. You picked him up recently? That's good. That's good. Yeah, I think it's a great character to add to your roster, especially if you already play like Thor and Hulk. It's pretty similar in the regard of wanting to be in the fight all the time. But you just got to make sure it's window based. You fight when you can, not you're always in the front because you're a little bit tankier than everybody else. So you getting picked off, believe it or not, cascaded into this unwinnable fight for your team. Realistically, that's not true. But you want to have that mindset so that you get KO'd a lot less. The less you get KO'd, the more you can make things happen, the more plays you can make and stuff like that. Namor is one of my boys too. I've been playing them a little bit recently as well, especially after the changes. Doing the same thing. This is just a habit that you have, I guess, where you like the front line. You want to fight, you want to fight, you want to fight. I know, but remember, Marvel Rivals is fight 1, fight 2, fight 3, fight 4, fight 5, right? There's multiple settings to a fight. We have setup, right? Chaos knows as well, because we talked about this in our coaching session. You have setup, pre-fight, right? And then you have a full fight. And then you have cleanup. Anytime you skip step 1, you're cooked. Every time. Every time. Like, I will be shocked if nothing happens here and you just get some KOs for free. You see? You had to back off anyway. You didn't set up at all. But if you would have set up, you would have known I should be in this location already before the fight starts. So that way you're good to go. Or if you want to be even more big-brained, you could have been up here. Set up. So that when the fight takes place, you're chilling. You got your little squid buddies up there when they walk past line, right? When they walk by, you got your squid buddies up there. As soon as the tanks start walking forward, because you know that they will, that's where the cart's going, right? You're set up, you ready? We're going to get freaking Smeckledorfed on. Huge. And if even a strat comes by, oh my God. Like, they're clapped. Clapped. But you got to make sure we're not skipping this stuff, because this is how you get the free wins. Let's just see if we were to set up first and we were chilling. You could be hitting the Groot right now from where you were, right? Because he's going to get pushed back. There's not much that they can do right here. Look, you be smacking this guy. Bow, bow, bow. This guy is crazy. Yo! This guy's crazy. This guy's nuts. This guy's crazy. This guy's nuts. All right. In that situation, let's just say you did set up there and you noticed that he started moving forward. Then what you would do is you would drop down and try to come up here with your bubble. If you're afraid of something like a Magic or a Spider-Man, don't do that. But given their team, they don't have anything scary that can KO you. So it's okay to use the bubble as a repositioning tool and you move forward and you fight with the tank. But you never want to put yourself in a situation where you're so far up, you're waiting for your tank to come, because you might get picked off and everybody's staggered. What you're trying to do is saying, I'm ready for the fight. Oh, tanks, you're going forward? Okay, here I come. You know, and then follow them after they come back. It will allow you to not get picked off. And it also won't tell your strats and your other DPS to go ahead with you as well. You see how you move forward slowly? That's what are you throwing at? Wait! What are you just holding primary fire? Surely that's what's going on. Because you can aim. You must just be holding primary fire. Okay. Okay, you are. Okay, you scared me for a second. I was like, did you see something I didn't see? Okay, doing that thing again. Don't do this. No. You really have to let your tank be that buffer. Anytime you pass this guy, you're too far. Find a spot, chill out there for a little bit, and play the team fight. This would help you out drastically, because this is the same thing that just keeps happening over and over and over again, and we are not that far into the replay, really, and we already noticed that it keeps happening. So we have to start backing that out. So if you go offline, have a good night. Oh, no problem, Blood Moon, if you're watching it. You could at me or something in my Discord if you have any questions about your replay. Again, you're taking resources. Look, she has to put the snowflake on you when she shouldn't have to. She has to look at you to heal you when she shouldn't have to. And when you move forward, it signals to them, hey, we can move forward. Okay. And it shouldn't be. Honestly, if they're smart enough, not saying that these players are dumb, but I'm just saying, in theory, if they were smart enough, they would know I should not overextend. But because if we think about it, as we said, the tank goes first, right? Who's next? The DPS, right? Who's the next? Or I'm sorry, the strats are behind, DPS, and then the tank. Well, if tank goes forward, usually the DPS then follows, and if the DPS goes forward, the strats follow. So you're indirectly making it seem like it's safe when it's not. And this guy's probably like, what are you doing? He shouldn't be. That guy's crazy. That's a man mode tank right there. Don't ever catch that guy in a dark alley. He's not afraid of nothing. Walking into a group like that? Crazy. Like, all of this unfolded because you got really ahead of yourself. That's it. That's a very easy fix, too. Like, none of this even unfolds this way if you didn't give everybody this false security that you can move forward. Although, your tank was 3 years away. I don't even know what they were... That guy's crazy. I would avoid him. He ain't bad. He's just crazy. I don't know how many games you can win with crazy. That guy is nuts. I would never do that. That strange is wild. All right, you going on the Thor? Yeah, if I were to say anything about your DPS gameplay, it's not bad. It's just you're too overextended. Reel it back, sit for a little bit, let some stuff play out, and then go do what you're trying to do. But don't just walk forward because you want to do more damage. It's okay to just hit the tanks until you see other opportunities arise. That's all. All right, Thor gameplay now. Good flank. I like that. I don't like how you just dove though. Use Awakening and pop these guys. Break this bridge first though. It's probably going to snap back because he does AoE damage, but you know, throw lightning at him. You don't have to commit. This is a nice angle for you. I mean, realistically, your lightning shots do more than your melee shots. So there's not really there's not really a negative to using Awakening here. Realistically speaking, right? You do more damage. You're in a better position. You're safe. There's no real reason to do that. Yeah. There's no real reason to do that. This stuff isn't your fault. This stuff just unraveled this way. But I'm just saying, you probably could have had more context of what the team fight was about before diving headfirst into it. Again, all Thors have this. All Thors go through this. It's their rite of passage, bro. You gotta be welcome to the Thor community this way. You're not a Thor player until you just go deep. That's it. Like, there's no regard for your safety. You're not considered a Thor main to the Thor players if you don't do this. This is just it's just rite of passage, bro. So flanking is not bad. You just have to know why. Why are we flanking? What are we trying to accomplish here? All right, so let's break it down. Because it's not a bad idea. It's just why we do it. So if we zoom out before you decide to go for this play, what are we flanking for? Ooh. We don't even have a target in mind. We're just going behind to go behind. If you're like, well, Pop it, I'm trying to flank for the Punisher right there. Okay, then you should stop right here and light this guy up. Or you go over there, light this guy up. But there's no other, you can't see anything. So realistically, there's no target that you're going for because you can't see. There's not a way that you could be like, well, Pop it, I'm doing this because you can't see. There is no excuse. It's not a good play because you don't know what you're making the play for. You're just going to go. I'm hoping that you find something. But if we kept watching this, let's assume that you're waiting for them to push, and maybe you're chilling out right here. You're waiting for them to push, and you saw Scarlet Witch right there. Is this a better option to go for a flank? You saw the target. They were out of position. Capitalize. What you're doing right here is guesswork. Honestly, if you had the idea, you literally walked right past her. She even wondering. Look at her. Dude, she even wondering. Look at her. She even wondering what she heard. It's like, oh, I hear footsteps. What's that? I don't know. Anyway, I'm bro. Why can't I get these enemies? I can't even sneeze without somebody saying, he's over there. You are literally walking right under her. And she's like, ooh. Anyways, bro, back to what I was doing. I hate Thor. I hate Hulk. I hate both of you guys because you guys get away with the most nonsensical stuff ever. It makes me mad. Delete both of those heroes from the game. I just don't understand. I just don't understand why you guys get away with the just that never works ever for me. If I play Cap and that did the same thing, I'd walk out and I'd be shot instantly. Instantly. This is just one of those things where you're fighting whoever is next to you. Just have better target priority. Again, why am I fighting this person? Well, if I'm looking at Magneto and he's distracted, then, well, then what? Then what? They have Groot. What are you realistically doing by having? You're not. If you KO this guy, I'll be shocked because his healers are right there. So you're not accomplishing anything right now. There's no fight that's really happening because we're just in the pre-fight phase, right? The pre-fight phase where we're just throwing stuff out and poking and stuff like that. Punisher got picked off because he was overextended, but you know, we're not really doing much here. Now we're in the full fight phase, right? Stuff is happening. Now let's ask ourselves, did that play work because Magneto was looking at us? You have to be honest with yourself when you do stuff like this because this is going to be the best way to improve. That play had nothing to do with what you did. That play would have popped off regardless whether or not Magneto was looking at you or looking at Strange. The dude just walked forward and ulted, right? So you have to understand when you're giving value because you will put yourself in a lot of crazy situations and get no value and then wonder why. The play has to make sense. You know what I mean? You honestly went from their back line and skated to their front line. I don't know how you got away with it. I'm telling you, if it was me, just KO'd on sight. Just KO'd on sight.
You stop them in their tracks.
I like this. Just wait though. You don't have any context again. But you can get some if you just sit here and wait for a second. The idea is not bad. Just wait. You can get a lot more context.
Your powers are mine.
You can't see, you don't know who's where other than Groot. And now you're not near your team for the team fight. But if we were there, we would be able to see who walks past this threshold. And we'd be able to participate in the fight because we're right there. We're not far away. So now you're in a situation where you're going to get there too late and everybody gets KO'd and you're going to get KO'd. Or the fight's going to, it's going to dissolve and everybody goes back to neutral. And then they're like, oh, Thor. And then they all shoot you. Let's see what happens. Or, you know, you can get away with it like you have been. Must be nice. Telling you right now, if that was Cap, my team would get KO'd as soon as I blink. All jokes aside, you gotta be careful. You are definitely gonna reach a rank where that doesn't work, and one of those two options are gonna happen, and neither one is in your favor. If you're going to look to flank, if you're gonna look to off angle or do anything crazy like that, you have to wait to see what's gonna take place. That way you can have an educated guess on what's gonna happen in the next few seconds, and then you can make your play according. I mean, right there is kind of what should have happened. You should have got shot by 3 players and you wouldn't have been able to survive. Oh, you guys are passing each other. Oh, you hear them too. You see how much you're like an assassin. You're like an assassin. Here's what I want you to do. From here on out, all right? Whoa, that's a big head. I never even noticed that. Is there any new maps? Okay, what am I doing? Anyway, yeah. Here's what I want you to do, all right? Every single time you fight, don't flank anymore. I want you to do something different. You can do it in quick play so you don't ruin your whole gameplay. Understandable. But every single time that you want to think about flanking, do this. If a fight's taking place here, or you know it's about to take place, don't flank. What you're going to do is you're going to take an off angle and just chill out for a second. Let the fight unfold a little bit. Should your team need you, you're right there. Should your team not need you, you can let it play out, and then you can continue to flank from there. What you're doing is going around the world. Don't do that, because if your team needs you, they will get wiped. You're non-existent. Period. This is actually something that will keep you stuck. And if you find yourself teeter-tottering, this is probably why. They will ignore you and KO your team, or they will turn around and KO you. No value is had. But if you're on an off angle, right, you're not totally behind them, but you're also not totally away from your team, you can react to whatever unfolds. If you can flank, you can do it from there. If you have to fight with your team and pop out, you can do it from there. But every second, they know that it's a possibility that you show up. Based off what you're doing in this game, I would have deduced that you never are with your team. Therefore, every time you do what you're doing, I just wipe your team and you're left by yourself. This is the type of gameplay that will happen the higher you go because they get very, very smart. And you're going to be punished for it. We want to prevent that. So again, do it in normals if you feel like you can't do that because it'll screw up your gameplay and stuff because I don't want that to happen. Do it in normals. But instead of flanking, think about, I want to go around and don't do that. Just stay near your team somewhere in a weird location that they can't see you. Let everything play out and decide, do I want to go from there or do I just want to fight from the front from here? A lot of what you do is you go around, you notice that you can't do anything from the flank, and you just walk through the team to help your team anyway. You should be KO'd here. You don't ever get to walk through an enemy team. That's unheard of. I don't even know why they allow you to do it from Diamond. That's crazy. You should be shot instantly. So to prevent that, because you're doing it anyway, you're doing this. If you're going to do that anyway, just stay here. That way, if you need to, it's 2 steps away. Or you can just let them pass a little bit and you're already here. See what I'm trying to say? So I hope that helps. But that is something that's probably going to keep you where you are and you're not going to be able to progress because I've been there. Well, I've been there with Cap. It don't work. I don't know how you get away with it with Thor. Maybe Thor just has an OG, triple OG pass or something like that, and Cap doesn't. But it will stop working, and we want to prevent it from happening. You probably have games already where you have been obliterated when you did this. Because you're just not there. They can ignore you. It's like he's solo tanking. And if your other tank can't hold by itself, they get, clapped on. You just get away with the most nonsense. It makes me mad. Okay, look. What you did wasn't bad. But let's check the same play from that angle that we talked about, right? Let's check the same play from the angle that we just spoke about. So, a little bit further back. All right, you are sitting here waiting for the team to unfold. Team fight. You notice that this guy, you hear the footsteps, bow, 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 knocked out. And you just wait. Bro just walked into you, free food. And you wait. Look at that back line. Looking kind of juicy, but we wait for a second. We don't go yet. This dude is done. Hammer, swing at him, bow, bow, bow. Look for the ult, thunder, bow. Slam out all 3 of them. You just won the team fight. You took out a free pick. You got 3 KOs right then and there. They have to reset. All because you waited 2 seconds. Way more efficient. You're always a presence. There's no question if your team will survive or not because you're gone for 5 seconds. See what I'm trying to say? Play like that. You will get a lot more accomplished, I promise you. You will probably see your rank skyrocket at least 1 or 2 tiers by that. It's pretty insane how effective it is. Wait, no range of battle. Nah, low-key, I do like Thor. I don't like going against him, but I like the character. I like him better than Cap. I mean, I might be a little salty that my Cap actor is gone. Maybe a little bit salty. Over here trying to pursue careers. Bro, what you look like trying to pursue careers? You don't stay Cap. That's the only career you got. Alright? I ain't gonna name no names. But you know who you are. Trying to make movies. Trying to direct. Like, bro, cash that Marvel paycheck. Or do them both. Like Thor. I don't know if Mark Ruffalo does other things on the side. I'm pretty sure he does. But I think he really likes playing Hulk. What is it? Chris Hemsworth? He definitely does other movies. And then Chris Evans is over here trying to do extra stuff. Like, bro, who you think you are? Who you think you are, dog? All right, we'll see if we still have the same issue here on offense. This is good. I don't mind this. I would actually like it that they hear you though and see you because you're a tank. You're not an assassin. So I would do it from here. Just like, you know, go up here and then make your way. That way they know that, hey, Thor's coming. You don't want to be invisible. That's why tanks are so loud. You're not supposed to just not exist. Okay, let's go back. Because the idea wasn't bad. The execution was. I really, really like what you did here. But I don't like how fast you went. Ugh, just let it play out for a few seconds, bro. If you really want to, you just chill for a second. Let it play out. Let it play out. Let your team get closer. Let some cooldowns get burned. You know, let it play out for a second. Let it play out. He should have lamped. Unless he already did. He didn't. So what you would wait for is him to lamp. He burned a crucial cooldown and then go on up because he doesn't have anything left. If you lamp instantly, that whole plan fails. You're just getting away with it because these players aren't that good. But we don't want to win games because they suck. We want to win games because we're playing well, yeah? After you get one pick, don't continue. Just chill. Chill for a second, let it play out some more, and then go. There's a time and place for Thor to just be in. But, you know, there's also a time and place where he got to take it a little bit slow, bite off a little bit here and there, and then continue to go on from there. That's 3!
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
I don't mind it. I like this. This is exactly what we talked about. Get a little bit of an off angle. Hang with your team should you need them. Relax a little bit. This is A-okay. Huge. I know you're getting shot, but it is what it is. You didn't really have to go all the way down like that. You was chilling. Oh, no. You just get... No. You gotta wait for a second. You did so good. But now we're just in. Now we're just all over the place. So this is more of a time where you should be able to go in. But do you see your footsteps? Like, do you see how you moved? It was weird. Like, instead of just being here waiting for your moment, you did like what? Why? What is all that for? You know what I mean? Have more control over your gameplay. Even when I play Cap, this guy could do just what you just saw. He could do all that. But you got to have control over your gameplay. Make every movement matter. You can't just do everything just because you have the ability to. You will be punished. This is why a lot of Thor players, especially earlier in the seasons of like 1 and 2, Thor is bad in high ranks. No, he's not. Thor players just did not understand the concept of not moving so much. You know what I mean? But it is a casual game. It is a game of a lot of players' first competitive games. You know, they didn't really play shooters and stuff like that. They weren't taught that type of stuff. So when it gets to a rank where it's punished after they've been a breeze climbing through, they don't realize it. Now we're focusing more into season 6, going into season 7, and it's obvious Thor is strong, but there's caveats, right? That is one of them. You have to have more, you have to be more deliberate with what you're doing and why. There's just way too much free gameplay. Way too much free gameplay. It is not going to work. You're going to get punished repeatedly, and we don't want to see you punished because we don't want to see you lose games. And it's weird because you turn it off and on. Like, look, you turn it off and on. It's weird. It's like you do understand to stop and just wait for a few seconds. But then something clicks and then you just go full Thor mode. You're like, I'm over here, I'm over here. Like, let's watch. Let's see how long it takes for you to just go crazy. Let's see. Let's see. You know it's gonna come. Where's that light switch? I like that. Similar concept as the Punisher in the last round, yeah? You sit, you wait, let things unfold. Walks into you. I don't think you win this fight, though. Bro, she is buns. There ain't no way you win that. Huge, though. Huge, though. Now you reset, because, you know, you don't want to do too much. This is where it's like, all right, we did our job. Let's reset for a second. You played everything up there fine. But you got to reset again. stop for just like 2 seconds. You don't have. Yes, yes. I love it. Okay, okay. Now you can go. You can forget your team. Forget them. Go deep. No. No. You could go deep. This is good. Leave them. It is what she should not be that far away. She's trolling. Continue to fight. I mean, you probably get KO'd because the fight's over at this point, but you know, you're a Thor player. Who cares? Nah, you did the right thing. I'm trolling you. You did the right thing. Why do you play? Maybe they were complaining at you, like, get this person off of me. I like it. Disengage. Yes! Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Now go in. Yes. Yes. Turn around. Yes. All right. This is scary, but you're going. Okay. Going deep. Going deep. Okay. Get the picks. Get the picks. Okay. Okay. I don't know if we should shove her into her team. You probably should try to push her away. We know that the fight is over because we can see the KO feed. Once you start seeing that, just bail. Just bail. But you see how that fight was more tempo based? It was more like, okay, I'm going in. Okay, I'm not. I'm going in. Okay, I'm not. I'm going in. Okay, I'm not. Okay, now I go all the way in. Okay. And then at the end of the fight, which would be here, after you were done going all the way in, you disengage because the fight is over. You did all of the setup, the pre-fight, the full fight, the cleanup. You did all of that without even knowing it. If you could replicate this on every... It was so good. It was good. It was good. Even whatever. You don't survive, but that was a solid team fight. I like that one. Could you have worked on things? Sure, but I don't care about that. All I care about is pacing. All I care about is I'm not always doing something. That was beautiful. Let's see it again. Let's see it again. Let's see it again. Go up there, get him off the off angle. Okay. Okay, relax. 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 Okay. Okay. Yeah, you okay. Alright. Okay. Let's act like that didn't happen. Next fight. Retry, retry, retry. Cause you're getting it. That was better though. That other fight was better. Try again. We know that she's a problem. Get her off the angle. Huge. Make her use cooldowns. After she does that, leave. When you're dealing with something like Magic, Black Panther, Spider-Man, all those extra characters, you can't KO them if they don't want to be KO'd. Let's be honest. Not as a tank. What you're trying to do is make them burn cooldowns so that way when the fight starts, they have one less teleport. They have one less web. They have one less dash. They have one less, you know, that's good enough. But you're not looking for the KO. You're trying to push them off the angle, which you did. Yeah, huge. That's how you do it. Bait her out. Okay, no. That dude's free.com. You should have got that guy. You're playing a lot smarter now for some reason. I don't know. I'm pretty sure someone typed to you like, bro, get this magic. Can you confirm or deny? Like, it seems like they were just like, bro, get this magic. And you're like, all right. And your whole gameplay just changed right after they complained. That's what it seems like. I could be wrong, but I don't believe that you just switched your gameplay like that off a drop of a hat. That does not happen. You don't have two gameplay styles. You only play one way. There's no way you just like, oh, well, oop, I'm this version. Someone must have told you to deal with this magic and you must have agreed because, but can you confirm or deny that? Let me know. Because you're starting to play a lot more deliberate. I like it. It's good. Rewatching my segment and realize how much my positioning gives me so little information and I go for plays practically blind. Yeah, it's not just you. We've been talking about that actually the entire day. I don't know. I'm still kind of mad. They sunset Cap and they undid it. True. I love that they let Steve have his happy ending, and I hate that they're stripping it from him. I agree. I think he deserves it. So I feel like he'll come back some way. Positioning is horrible. At least now I know what to work on. Just time to figure out how to get better at positioning. Agreed. You got this. The review opened your eyes. I'm glad. I'm glad. This is my second competitive game after all. They did dip into Tekken 8. But yeah, this is effectively my first real comp game. And yeah, you're not the only one. There's loads of players that have never played any comp games. So that's what I'm saying is like, if you've never really played a comp game, you don't know how plateauing works. You just assume it's the game against you, right? But plateauing is something you have in every single game. It's not the gaming against you. Yeah, there's mechanics that you can't control, obviously, like trollers and throwers, blah, 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 all that extra stuff. But you're going to hit a plateau where you can't climb anymore. It's just you're not good enough yet. That's all. But I think because people aren't used to competitive games, they don't understand that, and they want the rank to be given to them. And if it's not given to them easily, then it's the game's fault, which doesn't make sense if you think about it. I hate 1v1 Magic as Thor. I hate 1v1 Magic as anything. Character's broken. Where's the I survived in Magic 1v1 t-shirt? I was hyper fixated on Magic. My last 2 previous matches, we got mowed down by her. I'm scared. That's why I can't play. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say that gameplay. Your gameplay just magically changed, and it's not bad. Just a time and place for everything. But ironically, it made you play better. This game sucks, dog. This game, look, I can't even front with you, man. Like, I know you submit this review for an answer to stuff like this, but bro, the Thing or Ultron. That's all I got for you. Like, there is no real answer to Magic. If she is one banging your backline because they cannot position, what do you do? There's no real answer for her. And I hate saying that, but like, you play the Thing or you play Ultron. Or your DPS is good, or your strats can position. Otherwise, she gets away with whatever she wants to get away with. There's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. Because the magic isn't a problem for you, it's a problem for your team. The only way to fix that is by the Thing or by Ultron. As a tank role, I mean. Honestly, not a bad idea. Just go up here, go up there, and then touch. Cool. Cool. Now set up. Think about where Magic is going to flank and get her before she gets to that location. If she's already there, you messed up. You know she's probably going to come through here. So chill out. Make her burn a cooldown. She's going to run away. She's going to burn a cooldown, but she'll back up at the same time. There's no Magic player that just sits there. It's weird. If you there, she's going to try to fight you. You're going to run away. She's going to run away. And then you go back up there after you get healed, and then you sit here again. You're just making it so she cannot play the game. That's literally all you can do. Don't play the game. Otherwise, you have to play Ultron or the Thing. So stop fighting and get ready for Magic. Oh, she just ran straight through you. All right, well that's, yeah, she's griefing. Free? Free? This is a good fight. Yeah, you're playing better. I don't know why, but you see, even though it's not something that you planned for, the fact that you're more deliberate all of a sudden made your gameplay better. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? Being deliberate with where you go, how you move, why you do something will make your gameplay better. I'm not lying when I said to some of these people, like, oh, your rank would go up if you just, I'm serious. That is one, like, if I spot something really crucial in your gameplay where I know for a fact that is why you're having problems, you fix that, you're godlike. Because there's nothing else that's screaming, hey, I need work. With your gameplay in particular, you're just doing a lot of things randomly. But all of a sudden, as Magic is the problem, you start doing things deliberately, and then you start playing better. Right? It's not rocket science. It's facts. You have the skill to play the game, but you just need to make sure that it's being applied to something in the game. That's all. That's all. You do that, you're gaming. You're gaming.
Vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Oh my God, you did it again. You did it again. We just talked about this. As soon as you put something on your agenda, you're playing better, you're not going for flanks, you're waiting for things to happen, and you react. Bruh, you're gaming. All it took was for magic to strike the fear into your heart. Any character will do it, it's that one. What I don't like though, if you really are playing for magic, you're in such a weird spot for her to intercept her, right? Like if you are playing towards a magic, you got to get into her head. Where are you going to come from? And you got to position there. So if we go back a little bit, and let's just say we know magic is somewhere here. She has technically 3 ways to go. This way, there's under or over, this way, or this way. So you have to ask yourself, what's the best spot to intercept her from all 3 angles if possible? Honestly, on the card. If you spot her over there, go. If you spot her over there, go. If you spot her in front of you, well, relax. You know what I mean? This is how you play towards characters like that. You have to think about their gameplay and where would you approach from? What would you shoot from? If I were playing against the Hela and she kept clapping my team, I know for a fact she's probably going to be over here. It makes no sense for her to be over here. She can be, but I'm going to position over there because that's probably where she would be the most, right? But if I'm playing against, let's say, a Spider-Man, bro, this guy comes from anywhere. The best spot is where he's going to land, which will be on my team. So I'll just wait for that. With Magic, her setup is, again, here, here, or there. You need to be prepared. The best spot is there, so that way you can react. The idea is there, though. If you did this deliberately, you would actually have you'd be doing it more efficiently. But because it's not something that you're used to doing from game to game to game to game, and it's not in your habit, it's kind of wonky a little bit, but you'll fix it, and it'll be really, really good. So yeah. Whoa. I didn't even know she came from over there, but you see what I mean? If you were on cart, and we saw that, you right now, wow, you'd intercept this. She'd be A, really stupid to dive into you, or B, she'd go around. You'd follow her. It's like you're like a bodyguard. You just block it. Wherever her attempt is, hey Magic, how you doing, cutie? Hey, you don't have to go through me though. And she leaves. She's over there. Hey girl, how you doing? How was your you want to come over here? Nah, you have to stay over there. And she can't play the game. It's really annoying. If you've ever been a DPS that gets body blocked like that, it's aggravating. I've been that DPS. That's what you have to do to them. It sucks because the higher you get, the more creative they become. But I'm telling you, if you can start really getting used to the player's habit that you're going against, you will stop them every time and they can't play the game. Your presence alone is all that is needed. She would have dashed straight into you if you were sitting on that card. And you wouldn't have to play this chase game. Now, Angela, different story, you know. I had a different story. Angela coming around on the side, I mean, you can't handle all the threats yourself. Same concept. We know Magic's back up. I know you want to continue to play the game, you want to push, but you have to be careful. She can one bang multiple people on your back line. Think about where she's coming from. If we zoomed out, I mean, you see her now, but like if we zoom out, where is she coming from? She's going to come from the left or right there, or maybe over there. So where's the best spot for you to be to intercept all 3? Here. Or up there if you really want to see. But yeah. Playing it back. Let's just see where she's at. Oh. Oh. There she go. If we were on cart looking for her, you would be there to intercept. Because she doesn't have any other options. Honestly, though, you would have saw her go that way if you were looking. But there's a lot of stuff happening on your screen, and I don't blame you for her getting past you. I'm just saying in hindsight. But I do like that you turn around. You start dealing with it. Bro, that sucks. Tell me you don't lose. No, no. No, no, you won. Good job. Yay, you beat the Magic. Congratulations. Good job. Round of applause in chat. Great win. But yeah, your gameplay shot up exponentially after you had something on your agenda. We did lose? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I'm not talking about. But yeah, after you have it on your agenda, you start playing more deliberate. You start playing slower. You start thinking about more about if I do X, Y happens, and I don't want Z to be the outcome. You know what I mean? Or if I do X, they do Y. I don't want Z to be the outcome. So you're thinking more about that. If you had that on your regular game to game habit list where you're always thinking about, well, if I do this and they do that, then what happens? You realize it's way easier to play what you're trying to do. And that goes for a lot of you guys. A lot of you guys don't actually play like that. And a lot of you guys either A, put too much burden on yourself, so you feel like you have to do everything all at once. Oh, I have to take care of that, take care of that, take care of that, take care of that. It's, you have 5 players on your team. There ain't no way one player should burden everything, but nothing happens because you feel like you have to do everything, which means you stretch yourself really thin. Or there's the other extreme where you guys ignore everything and just do that one thing and expect it to just be all right. You need to kind of be in the middle to where it's like, okay, I do a little bit of what you guys need me to do, but I'm also doing what I need to do. And that way it keeps you from going from one extreme to the other extreme. You know, it keeps you pretty centered. And that'll be how you can steady your gameplay, be more deliberate, and end up winning more matches that way. But yeah, anyone have any questions or concerns or anything? That was our last replay today. If you guys want free replay reviews, check out the Discord and put it in the free replay reviews tab. If you guys have any questions, obviously let me know. If you guys want coaching or anything like that, check out my my description below. But I think today was pretty good. I think there's I think this one was like one of the better ones. Like this one was we've been having some really good hero huddles lately. We've been having some really good ones. You guys have been submitting some amazing gameplays. You know, it might seem like it's only answering your question, but trust me, there's a lot of players that really have your issues too, but they're just too afraid to put their replay review. They don't want to be scrutinized, and I understand, but I'm giving constructive criticism. I'm not saying you're bad. I'm not saying anything. I'm looking at your reviews. I'm taking time out of my day because I want you guys to improve. So if you guys want to step forward and put your replays out, it's not being mean to you. I want you guys to improve. So we had a great one. This was a good one. This was really good. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Appreciate it. Awesome. Thank you for the breakdown. No problem. Really appreciate it. Tons of great feedback. No problem. No problem. I'm telling you, you're a special case. You and that Hulk player, really special cases. Y'all just need to fix one thing, and you guys are on your way. It's real. Y'all are some special cases, man. But thank you guys for watching. If you guys had any questions, let me know in my Discord, obviously. But until next time, you know what I always say, and wish me luck on getting one above all before the end of the season. We got 5 days, chat. I don't know. Every single teammate that I get either trolls, flames me for being Celestial when I'm in an Eternity and one above all lobby because I'm the only Celestial in there, so they throw my match thinking I suck. I mean, I don't know, chat. It's scary. But pray for me. Until next time, you know what I always say. Think you guys are doing what? Popping often. Often. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, and I'll talk to you guys later.